up, everybody? Welcome back to the Story Motors podcast. My name is Robert. That is Mike somewhere. I hope Mike is on screen right now. Mikey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good in this liminal space where I am and not on the podcast. I love it. I'm a big fan of that.
It's weird. I think we're live right now on Twitch, and I might be recording something. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like...
I sure hope you're live. I've been getting a lot of live notifications from you in the last, 30 seconds.
That's fair. That's 100% fair. But I feel like we're missing something. Forgetting something. I don't... Is it just me?
Hello?
I don't know.
Hello?
God?
Hello?
God?
Hi.
It's me.
The voice is back.
Wait a
Hello?
minute.
No.
Hold on, let me press this button on my Stream Deck.
Join us.
Where am I? I'm stuck in the well.
Oh my god, it's so many goddamn people. It's too many goddamn people for the overlay that I had, so it's everybody's on one screen. Hi!
Oh.
There it is. This is amazing.
Brett, I can't
Oh
tell
my
if you
God.
just ate a spicy pepper or you're really excited.
I'm doing that YouTube face.
Dude,
Why not both? Why not both? Oh my god.
the
Hi,
same photo
everybody.
that I love that.
Oh my god.
Hi, friends.
Hi, everybody. Welcome
hello.
in. So this is a live special episode of the Story Motors podcast starring myself, Mike, and fucking everybody. Hi.
Fucking everybody.
I am everybody.
Hi, fucking everybody.
Yep, Mike's fucking everybody. Wait a minute.
You're fucking everybody?
Well,
Oh wow. I didn't know that was on the table.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna press this little button right here. We can do the
What
start
is this?
sharing chat. I think that's gonna work.
Oh,
Yeah.
God only knows.
There we go. Shared chat. Perfect.
Shit.
Perfect. Welcome in, everybody. I think if you guys can see the screen, I think we've got Dakota on top. Go in order. Introduce yourselves. Tell everybody your names.
I don't know the order for you.
I'm Dakota. Happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. You can follow me at Canopus Dakota.
What was it? Me next? Floby. My name's Toby. Yeah, thank you, B. Oh, yeah, thank you for having me.
Twitch.tv/Floby.
That too. With 3 Ys.
That's why I couldn't find you earlier. I was looking for 2 Bs. Like a fucking
There's a
idiot.
magic number,
you know.
man.
Yim Tasty. God damn it. Yim Marie Tasty.
Yeah, what's up?
Introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm Jim Tasty, also known as Mr. Everybody.
Every time.
I'm the Avatar, man. 100 wins.
I'm the avatar, he says.
He's got an email to prove it.
He does. Let's go down to Madeline, and then we'll go back over. Madeline is a former guest on this podcast. Actually, so is Jim Tasty for 16 minutes.
Hey, I'm Matt Exposure, also known as Madeline, twitch.tv/Matt Exposure. Happy to be here for the 3rd time, I feel like.
Yeah. 3rd time.
Probably,
like
yeah.
SNL, man. Who can hit the five appearance club?
Dex has been on like 12 fucking episodes, so...
Yeah. Dex is borderline a regular panelist.
He's Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. He's in the 12 Timers Club. All right, next up, Lisa.
Hi, everybody. My name's Lisa. I'm Vegas Girl on Fire on Twitch. You can find me yapping in chats.
Hey.
I'm Charisma. Twitch.tv/Charisma. I just, stream games and get yelled at.
Just a chill guy.
Just a chill guy.
Chill dude, you know?
Yeah, dude. You get yelled at because we love you.
He's just a chill little guy.
It's really
And I'm
aggressive.
pretty
I
sure
am a
you're
chill
Canadian,
guy.
right?
I am.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why.
Everyone's favorite Canadian.
That is why.
And he's
I mean
only
that.
3'3".
He's a comedian.
Oh, so he's a tall Canadian. Okay.
Oh,
What am I then?
You are a gnome, brother.
yeah.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
I look down to you.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
Next
down to you
up,
right
and
now.
I think next up
Literally,
we've got Kim.
You do got Kim.
Yay.
Kim's audio is a bit lower than everyone else's.
Oh, sorry. I think I speak too softly sometimes. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Much better.
Okay. Hi.
You just
everybody.
lean into the mic anytime you want to talk.
gonna
Just
lean in.
uncomfortably
Yeah.
do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Just make it awkward.
It climbs for
Hey,
from the
everyone.
side.
My name is Kim, aka Kimsters, Kimsterz. It is kind of spelled interestingly, so. Yeah, I like
3
to play scary
R's.
games, I play horror games on Twitch. I like indie horror games the best. Like that's me.
Awesome. And then, hi, I'm Robert. I'm new. I'm wearing a tuxedo today because it's a fancy episode.
Hand drawn.
Ooh.
Hand drawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
show it off.
Very
So it's-
fancy.
It's got a beer. Can you see the beer?
Ooh.
Yep,
What kind of
look at
what
that.
kind of beer would it be though?
Pocket beer.
You know what?
Now think about this before
I'm
you
going to go with
answer.
Mike. Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Mike, the other half of this podcast. I stream once-ish a week at this rate. I'm just going to go ahead with the hard-ish. Twitch.tv/nerding for beginners. Nerding for beginners across platforms.
What do I do here?
And yeah, here we go. And next, a newcomer to the podcast, Sarah.
Hi. Hello. I'm Sarah. That's it. I'm in chat. I play a lot of Fortnite with Brayden and Vegas and Kim, and so I play with everybody sometimes, you know. But
I'll play
yes,
a game with you one day.
yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
And
Anyway,
then-
that's
yeah.
me. Hello.
And then last but certainly not least, we've got the beautiful Verimdex, the goat.
Hi. You see
All right,
me.
Robert, what are we
I'm-
talking about tonight?
I am. I need to get my pocket beer out. Okay.
Look at you go.
Yeah, it's fair.
All right then. All right. Yes. Tonight's topic.
Oh no, Dex, where
Hey,
can
man.
people find you?
Oh, okay. I know. You guys see me all the time, so I know it's just plain old Dex. But you can find me
Beautiful
Verimdex,
Dex.
twitch.tv/Verimdex, and Verimdex anywhere else. So
Yes. So everybody in here except for one, Mike, is going
Yeah.
to be going to the Game Awards this week in sunny
Yeah,
Los Angeles, Oregon, and
buddy, you
I've,
need to check that ticket.
yeah, it says Oregon, right? That's where the show's at, right? Oregon,
where A show
California,
is at,
there's
right?
probably a show there, just not
Los
the
Angeles,
show.
Oregon, California. Ontario, California, right? Okay. But yeah, everybody here except for Mike is going to the Game Awards together. We're all going to be having a good time. So I said, hey, does anybody want to hop onto a podcast the day before? And we can go over like predictions and just talk about shit and maybe do some trivia, have some good times. And everyone said yes. So that's why we have the cacophony of bullshit up here.
2 days
Oops.
That's why we've got
2
this
days
going
before.
on.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not good at math. We've
We've
already
established
learned
this.
you know. But everybody is
Correctly-
here.
Uh,
And yeah, thank you everybody for being here and dealing with me trying to get every single little window done in OBS and then Sarah joining and
That was probably like one of my favorite parts for you
Yeah.
to go like, are you fucking kidding me?
which is great.
The realization was hilarious. Dude.
Amazing.
I fell on the ground and I hurt myself.
Oh, I was wondering
But-
what that was.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
these two things are unrelated.
Yeah, it's true. I fell on the floor and then I hurt myself. That's how that went. So everybody here, I sent out a little thing. Most people filled it out, just kind of going over all the categories for the Game Awards in case there were some that none of us gave really a shit about. And there are 3 that we're not talking about today. And I honestly can't remember what they are. But
Well, they weren't
Probably
that important.
esports.
no,
Whoa,
actually,
whoa, whoa.
we'll get there. Yeah. So
Brett, I know you clicked every one of them, buddy. Come on.
I skipped the esports. I was like, who are these people?
I do that every year, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
guess these people, they look like they're cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through all the fucking categories, well, most of the categories, just give predictions, kind of thoughts on them. And I also have some trivia that Mike is going to read out for us that I know the answers to because I wrote them, but I probably forgot. And just some other categories that I thought up for kind of this group and all of our friends. So does that sound fun?
We get a prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you a high five, a crisp high five in LA.
You're gonna do that anyway.
Fucking,
Get out of
of
here.
course. A high 10, high 10.
You'll
Okay,
you'll buy someone a drink.
Yeah, myself. Hi.
How you doing?
Hey,
Mr. Hawks, how you doing?
real quick. What's too early to buy a beer in an airport?
There is no time.
Never.
That
Yeah.
does not exist.
And by that I mean,
Toby
when
here-
do the bars in the LA airport open?
Mr. Toby here gets
They're
free
all-
beer everywhere he
Yeah,
goes.
Toby gets free beers all the time.
He's
Yeah.
great.
Just what he does.
Damn. What am I doing wrong?
It's true. I just kind of exist, and I get free beers out of it. So
He's just there.
Amazing.
That's a gift.
Toby, what's
I was
the
just
earliest time
in
you've
the
gotten a free
LAX
beer?
at 7 a.m. and they were selling beer then, so
Yeah,
I
the
think
bars
early
never
as you want.
close.
8 a.m.
God, okay, good, because I'm gonna have to drink when I get off that plane.
Attaboy.
I'm drinking
All right.
before that.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink on the plane and get off the plane. So hi everybody. I think we're doing a shared stream also, shared stream chats. So anybody that is live, I am live on my chat. Kim is live. Who else is live right now? I don't know.
Twitch.tv/charisma,
Thank you.
Twitch.tv/Jim Tasty,
Okay, Jim Tasty's live.
Twitch.tv/BeerumDex, Twitch.tv/Kimsters, 2 R's and a Z.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I think
Yeah,
that's
we're
it.
live on a
You
bunch
got
of
it all.
channels.
A
And
lot of
yeah,
people are live right now.
A lot of people are live. It says right here, live extravaganza, too many guests. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's just a
I'm
bad
doing
thing
my
for
part.
OS.
I'm doing my part by not streaming. I'm barely taking part in this ridiculousness.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm
Okay.
doing my part.
So when I said that I sent out a thing asking you what categories you cared for, there was
Yes.
one person who put yes to sports/racing game and best mobile game. So Dakota?
Oh, we can skip that shit.
Nope. It's you put it on here. What do you want?
What have you done?
Go ahead and what do you think is going to win here?
Well, my main thing for sports/racing game was that I was angry that college football wasn't on this list.
Yes.
That was all I wanted to say.
That was
with
messed
it.
up.
100%.
I think it's fucked up, and I think it should have won. So
Yeah.
but that's
I
just-
agree.
That was all I
I agree.
wanted to say about it. That was it.
Yeah, college football is very bare bones, but it's fucking the first one we got in like 10 years.
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be
Yeah.
really good?
It is.
It is really good. Yeah.
That's the
it's
thing.
also
It's
the-
really good for what it is, but it's
Yeah.
like missing. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of like Madden. You know what I mean? Where it's got like all this extra shit. It's like, okay, we need to make the first college football in 10 years. Let's make sure it's good, and then we'll start adding to it. In the years after.
Right.
So
Okay.
I think
And
it's
then-
also the first time that players are getting paid for being
Yeah,
featured
that too.
in the game.
Yep.
that too.
Yeah, that
we
definitely.
love.
It's probably like
which is
only
good,
like it's probably not a lot, but it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, pay these kids. I mean, they're out there making money for the
I think it's
school.
like $500 is what they were allowed to sign up with.
Still,
Before?
pay
I
'em.
guess I don't know.
Man.
And then yeah, Dakota best mobile game.
And all I really wanted to say about this was that I fucking love Pokemon TCGP.
Yeah.
Fair.
And it should win. But
Fair.
I think either way, it's gonna be Pokemon or Balatro.
Yeah.
Hell
anybody
yeah,
else-
Balatro
has-
Club.
Balatro.
Plenty
Anybody
of-
who's played Balatro?
I have not.
I have.
2.
I have it on my phone actually.
Let's go.
Are we talking about Balatro?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
talking about Balatro.
No, we're talking about Inscription.
I've never played Balatro.
Transcription is
It's really fun. Y'all need to play it.
I have it on my phone
Yeah.
too. I've not opened up the app.
It's a great time. Like they make playing poker in a way that's super fun, exciting, and addicting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Is it poker?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like-
Poker,
it's-
but there's lots
it's
of
like-
different variables that you're playing against with.
yeah, and it's like has roguelike elements and stuff like that, and so there's a lot of stuff that goes into play. It just makes it a really like fun thing to keep playing.
Yeah, I was just on a 6-hour flight over the weekend, and I played it the entire time. The lady next to me, who was like, definitely did not seem like she was into gaming, kept being like, "What are you doing over here?" And I'm like, "I'm playing Balatro. Do you want to play?" And she was like, "Not really." And I was like, "Well, you can get it on your phone if you want to." And I saw her looking at it. She might buy it. She might pay the $9.99. We don't know. She was intrigued.
You had her hooks
Or-
in her.
Or if you have Apple Arcade, you can get it through there too.
I have an Android, so.
Also get it on Switch.
Yep.
Yeah, it's on.
Or-
Is it on? Is it on Xbox and PlayStation yet or no?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I thought it was just maybe Switch and PC, but
Cool.
No, I think it's on Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure that there was audio actually coming out of my stream. There is.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
I've been there.
Huge dub.
So I think this next one, somebody voted for these, and now I can't remember who said they wanted to talk about them. I want to say it was Charisma.
I like there being some mystery about it, though.
I kind of do too, though. You know,
Or maybe Jim Tasty. Yeah.
Explain yourself.
You can just go into it, and whoever wants to.
Why do you
talk,
care
I
about
guess.
this?
It just quickly turns into
give us the insight. What matters here?
So these three, we got best esports game, best esports athlete, and content creator of the year. So we talked about this on an episode a couple weeks ago when we just went over the nominees, and Mike and I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, no.
And have heard of a few of these games. So, does anybody have an opinion on esports game, athlete, and content creator of the year?
Content creator of the year should go to Queso.
Okay, who is Queso?
Go to Queso.
Queso is one of the largest Twitch streamers on the platform right now. Brings hilarious content. I think he's really exploded over the last year, and I think what he's bringing is super funny. Collaborations with like Jinxie. I recently learned he has a fear of flying, so he didn't go to Kai Cenat's Mafiathon.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like Kai should have been on this list. I understand he's not so much super into gaming. But
Yeah, he's definitely more on the chatting and IRL side, but I agree, he does play games still.
And yeah, his like
That's
Elden
very
Ring
fun.
thing was fucking incredible.
It was huge,
So-
right? That was such
Yeah.
a big deal. I don't know who any of the other creators are,
Me neither.
but I can imagine they are.
Like, Queso's gonna win.
I just
Yeah.
want Queso to
Queso's
win.
the
I've
only one I
heard
know.
of Queso,
Yeah.
and I'm not into like big streamers at all. So
Yeah, I
No,
know
also-
Queso
also
because
know
of
some people
TikTok.
who-
Yeah, so
Yeah.
As
Queso
a person I see the most, that's for sure.
He did also just win at the Streamer Awards as well as like Gamer of the Year.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
I don't
he-
know if that's indicative of TGA or not.
I don't think so
Like
because
the
it's
Golden Globes to the Oscars, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
Can't connect
yeah.
exactly.
I don't know which one's which in this case. I'm pretty sure they're all just the fucking MTV Video Music Awards.
You're probably right.
So if there's anybody, is there anybody on this list that can I press play on this? Will it do the thing? Oh my god, I'm not gonna press play on that shit. My computer is already
Press pause on that
struggling.
shit.
Oh no.
So Canva quit being a there we go. Okay. So is there a different content creator that anybody here like thought would be on here besides maybe Kai Cenat?
You know, I wouldn't.
watch big content creators.
You know, I could have seen like Clicks being on here, or
Okay.
like Nick A. But like it would have been cool, especially because of how great of a run Fortnite's been having this year.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
understandably, I do. But I also understand that some of these creators are probably also like not just English creators, so they're probably looking at creators kind of all across the board here. So
Yeah.
I also get that.
I mean, my vote would have been for Dex, Verum Dex, but you know they didn't fucking ask me, so.
You're not on the panel? Damn.
No, I'm not. I keep emailing Jeff Keighley.
Personally.
JEFFKEELEY at
Bro,
Keighley.com.
Is it now? What
I
are you
keep
emailing him?
telling you.
Is it just like a nude and it says "put me on the board," or is there no?
Yeah, it
nude?
says put me on the voting board and these will stop. That might be my mistake.
or they'll keep going.
This
depending on,
is
you know.
a
I might have to
promise.
switch. Yeah, I
Maybe
might
he
have to
doesn't want
switch
to
it.
on the
stop.
board.
Yeah.
Just doesn't
Yeah.
want him to stop.
I don't think he does.
So,
Jeff Keighley's gonna just send you a picture of Wrap It Up, please.
I'm gonna send back a picture of a condom. He'll be like, "That's not what I mean." Hi, puppy.
You're just gonna get a sound clip of music playing you off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slowly getting louder.
Yeah. Then the bodyguards will just start kind of walking towards you to kind of start ushering
In
you.
your house.
Get the fuck out of here.
In your house.
They're like, come on, sir, get out.
Oh,
Can we talk
okay.
about how Jeff Keighley used an obscure Coldplay song in the Game Awards trailer?
Oh my god.
Isn't every Coldplay song
Okay.
obscure in my life?
Okay.
I
thought
thought
about
Can't go anywhere with this being put out.
That was
Any
crazy.
Coldplay song is obscure.
Yeah.
Whoa,
They're a huge
whoa. Dude, they were like number 2 on Spotify or something.
I know that's what I'm saying. It's not obscure.
But
Yeah,
it's like an
you-
old album that
That's
nobody
like
listens
saying
Let me have this, okay?
We love
you
it.
can have
Brett, we
the
know you're.
excitement over the Coldplay song, but you can't have the obscure.
We know
part.
Coldplay was second in your Spotify most listened to. All right, after Drake.
Jim Tasty loves Drake.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Loves that BBL Drizzy.
I'm big Kendrick. Okay. I take umbrage with that. I take umbrage with that.
Oh,
That's fair.
that's
fair.
tough.
Man.
That's a tough look.
Canada just opening fire.
He's your guy,
Jesus.
Braden. He's your guy.
That's true.
I thought you were supposed to be friendly.
Dude,
What is this?
I don't get any fucking. I don't get any money from him. Jim doesn't do anything to me.
He's your guy, man.
Okay. Esports game athlete.
Mine goes to Faker. That's about it.
Okay,
Faker,
that's a name
Faker,
that I've
Faker.
heard.
He's like
Yeah.
the. I don't even watch League of Legends, but he's the best League of Legends player ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won the Worlds again. I mean, you'd be hard pressed not to have him win it. Honestly, he wins everything every year.
Yeah.
He does it.
Therefore, he should
Or-
always win everything every year.
Yeah, it's just he's just so much better. Like I don't watch League a lot, but whenever I do, he's just always seems so much better than everybody else. So
He's the only one that I have a free mouse pad with his face on it. With, so,
I can change
you
it.
know.
That's a weird thing to have.
It is weird, right? Yeah, I got
Yeah.
handed it last year at TwitchCon, and
Oh, I remember you
I was
talked
like,
about that.
I know this guy now. It's Faker. Faker's got to win. Shout out to this mouse
I've
pad.
got a mouse pad. It's got to be him. All right. I know Sarah's got an opinion on this, so no.
Yes, many opinions. No, I really do like Faker. He was definitely like, as soon as I looked at the list, I was like, yeah, he's the one that I've heard the most about.
Yeah, he's definitely the person that I've heard the name Faker. I'll be completely honest. I thought he played Tekken. So while I heard the word Faker, I apparently did not have the context. So
well,
yeah.
I think 5 of the 6 athletes are from CS:GO or League of Legends.
Okay. So
Because I know
mean,
2 of them for sure that are CS.
yeah. So do we think like Counter-Strike 2 is going to win that esports game of the year?
I think Valorant.
I do. I think Valorant too.
CS should win.
Okay.
That's because you're a
Should win.
CS stan, buddy. How many hours you got in that game?
I think if it's
We
gonna
don't need
be
to talk about that right
if
now.
it's going to be anything, it's between Valorant and Counter Strike. GOTY 2, League of Legends, and the Mobile Legends.
League
I
of
don't think-
Legends is massive though. Like
I know, but like I
Yeah.
don't think they've ever won, as far as I can remember in recent memory.
So
which is
let me ask this, and I don't know if this is even going to be a part of it. Do you think League of Legends is going to get a bump because of Arcane?
yes.
Season
I-
2 Arcane though. Maybe.
I don't personally feel that way because, as far as I know, a lot of people that like Arcane, as far as I understand, didn't have the same effect like with what Fallout did, where people went and played Fallout 4.
Fair
Not
enough.
really.
Fair
A lot of people jump in and play League of Legends.
That's because playing Fallout's fun
Kim's
after you
gone.
watch the show.
There's a
They're
lot
actually
of people
similar
that
in
play
any
League.
way.
Trying to fix something.
I was saying nobody plays
Madeline?
League. I was just saying in terms of
there's-
the effect of Arcane to the player base of League.
Madeline,
yeah,
I
I
will
don't-
get into
I don't
exactly
think-
what you're referring to later on, because I know what you mean. and yes, when it comes to Arcane.
Wait,
So-
was I? What?
Hey, Kim.
Welcome back.
I'm switching things around. So I was trying to do it like without saying anything to you guys.
Podcast, let's go.
We're watching. We're always
fine.
watching.
It's the podcast is literally just showing the entire Discord Discord chat screen. So it's totally
At least you don't have to stress about if someone like internet crashes or anything like that. Like it's not gonna fuck up the whole thing.
Yeah, it won't fuck everything up again.
Yeah, exactly.
I have it all fixed now on my end. We're all good.
Perfect. All right, so I think now we should go to some trivia. Mike, do you have the questions?
No. Where did you send them to?
Oh, I shared them to you on the thingamajig. But I mean, that's fine. I can pull them up and read this first one here.
All right, let me get this pulled up.
So, I've come up with just a few trivia questions for throughout the show here, and I'll read them out. Whoever might have an answer, just go ahead and fucking say your name, I guess, and then whoever answers first correctly gets a point. And I hope that everyone else is keeping score, because I'm not. So, first question. From Software, these are all, by the way, Game Awards related questions, not just fucking, hey, who wrote this movie? No. From Software has won Game of the Year twice. The only developer to do so. Which games of theirs won Game of the Year?
Elden Ring and Sekiro.
Well, nobody said a name, so I get the point.
Wow.
Who was that, by the way? I didn't see.
Madeline.
Madeline is correct. Yep, Elden Ring and Sekiro. I don't have the years because I forgot to write them down.
Yeah, I only knew Elden Ring, and I was like, I can't remember which other one.
Same.
I guess Elden Ring in my mind, but I was like, I don't know what else.
Yeah.
Just say random games till we get it right.
Like, old games.
Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3.
Fortnite.
Souls.
Fortnite.
Kingsfield.
Spyro.
Sorry, really competitive. I have to win the trivia.
Fucking everybody, shut up! Madeline's got an answer. All right, here. Okay. Yeah. So these two here, innovation and accessibility and games for impact. I kind of just like lumped things together that were somewhat similar here to not have 50 pages.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So innovation and accessibility. I played 2 of these. One of them I would vote for, which is Dragon Age.
Okay.
I think the key thing, though, is like for innovation and accessibility, are we using the accessibility features? You know?
So is it, are we using the features, or are there just a lot of them? Like what's...
Both, I guess. Like, does it offer the features?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because like for myself, I'm not really using the features.
Yeah.
But it's cool to know about them. I know like Blind Gamer Steve, he used to always, at least when I would see him on like Twitter feeds, he'd have like little videos or TikToks like talking about it. So it's cool to see like almost like a little like, oh, this is what you can do and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard people in the accessibility space talk about Dragon Age and Prince of Persia a lot. Not necessarily I've heard conversation around the other 3, so I would say it's either, if I had to be a betting person, I would say it'd probably be either Dragon Age or Prince of Persia, because I know a lot of people love that game, and I feel like a lot of people are going to want to give it its flowers, especially after the studio closing.
Well, I mean, I know, like, Dragon Age, this is the only thing that it's up for.
Yeah, dude. Dragon Age got shafted, man. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a blast of that game. So much fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anybody else with innovation and accessibility? Has anybody played all of these?
I haven't played Prince of Persia, but the others I have.
Okay.
You played Diablo?
Last year.
You haven't played any of these, Kim?
No.
Okay.
Not warrior games.
Fair. That's fair.
I've only played 3 of these, so.
Yeah. The only thing with COD is that you got to spend multiple hours downloading it, and it's 200 gigabytes. So it's the only game you can play. So
there are more innovations in accessibility in this COD, but I don't think it puts it above the other ones.
Okay.
No.
It's definitely one of the best ones that's came out, period, on that front. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'd
and
agree with
it
that.
starts. The Call of Duty starts out with like you have to turn things off, which I always appreciate when a game starts that way.
Yeah, Dragon Age does that as well. Like when I first booted up Dragon Age, the first thing you do is go through the accessibility things like color blindness and subtitles, all this stuff. It's great. I love that. I love that.
I do like that because then it just gets people who are that might need those options to be like, oh, this is perfect. I don't have to like fucking look for it or figure out how to get there. It's just right there.
Okay. Anybody else? Lisa, Sarah? What do y'all play?
Fortnite.
I play scary games.
Fortnite.
Are you asking
Sarah,
everybody or just
Sarah? You play scary games?
No. That was.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, I thought you said I play scary games. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I'm a crybaby. I freak out the whole time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I know from experience.
So
whenever a douchey teenage boy plays in their mom's basement is what I play.
Call of Duty,
Fortnite,
the South Park games,
Party Animals,
the South Park games,
Party Animals.
Yeah, I play mostly multiplayer games. So anything that's like a solo player, I probably have no opinion on.
Fair enough.
I like that you called it a solo player instead of single player.
Solo player. That's how out of touch I am with solo player games.
I'm definitely on the same level as Vegas.
As Vegas, just kind of the multiplayer, the kind of fun party things almost.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Now, games for impact. Mike and I talked about this quite a bit on our episode. I hate this category.
It's a bad category.
Yeah, it's a bad category.
What's it supposed to mean?
What is supposed to be the impact? Yeah.
So
exactly.
the thing that we were talking about is that supposedly the idea of these is like, hey, these games have like a positive social message or something like this, which is great, cool, that's fine. But what makes one of them a better message than the other ones?
Right.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
As opposed, so instead of it being an award, they should just be like they should just highlight them to be like, hey, check out these fucking games because if you're looking for amazing messages or like to kind of learn about it or whatever, these are great options.
Yeah, that's what we kind of hypothesized on the episode is like instead of this being a category, have 6, 7, 8 games for impact, and then just throughout the night, hey, here's another games for impact, here's another one, and then you're just
sure. I mean, they're just gonna gloss over this in between like an announcement anyway. Right? Like,
I think I said this is gonna be like a technical Emmy. It's gonna be handed out the day before in some banquet hall nowhere near the actual Emmys.
Well, even in like the pre-show, they do like
in the alley next to the building.
Do like 7 or 8, do 7 or 8 of the awards in the pre-show. So you don't even half of them you just miss.
Yeah, and there's parts of the show as well where it's literally just it's Keighley on stage and he's like, "Oh yeah, cool. That was a cool thing. So here's this award goes to here. This one goes to here. This one goes to here. Yeah. Now here's fucking Jeff Keighley, my clone."
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Hideo Kojima.
Yep. Here's Kojima for 25 fucking minutes talking about nothing.
Then he gets mad at like somebody who accepts like an award and just wants to say thanks, mom, thanks to my wife.
We don't have time for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody got time for
an
that.
award show.
Developers are like children; they're supposed to be. Developers are like children; they're supposed to be seen, not heard.
That's right.
And they're also not supposed to be seen.
No,
that's right.
Well, because when I saw the lineup for this one, I feel like for me, from what I know of, because I played 4 of these 6, I would say the 2 biggest head scratchers for me are Indica and Hellblade. I think Hellblade is cool. I don't think it's necessarily creating a good impact in terms of whether it's talking about social issues or giving representation and stuff like that, or necessarily Indica. I think it is cool, and I've seen pretty much all of that game. I just don't feel like those 2 really fit the bill that these other games are trying to do.
So what's the impact of Life is Strange double exposure?
I don't. As I said, I've played 4 of the 6.
Fair play. All right then.
Life is Strange usually touches on a lot of personal things,
like
that
growth
a lot of
and stuff.
Yeah, personal growth.
Okay.
I do feel like this category ends up being like very kind of grab bag of like, is there a game that wasn't put in a different category that had like a POC lead character or an LGBTQ character? Like, let's put them in here. That's kind of where
that
it
being
feels
said,
like, whether or not that's right or not.
Yeah. And like, I don't, no, I don't want to spoil. I'm not going to spoil kind of specific things about it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm looking at these two right next to each other, games for impact, innovation, accessibility. If one of them is like, hey, what's a good positive representation of like an LGBTQ character? Fucking Dragon Age is right goddamn there.
Yeah.
Right.
And they are really not shy about it. It's not something that's kind of just, oh, it's there. Yeah, you can have your character, be non-binary, and that's just a menu choice. No, like it is then part of your story and part of your character. Like they really dived into it. Maybe it wasn't in the best way. It's a little, heavy-handed at points, but it is very open and honest about it.
I had no idea about that.
Like, I'm not trying to talk crap about Indica or Hellblade. I think they're both great games. It's just like, if we're really gonna like try and bring out a meaning of what they mean by games for impact, I just feel like when stacked up against what I understand from the other two, and then Neva and Tales of Kinzera, which I played, I just don't feel like they're kind of in the same conversation, in my opinion.
No, I agree, especially about Indica, which I played and I really enjoyed. I think there's a difference when you're criticizing art between between presenting something and actually saying something about it. Like I feel like with Hellblade 2 and Indica, they like are presenting mental health issues and other concepts of like religion and that sort of thing, but maybe not actually even saying anything about those things. Like they are giving them to you, but not giving you an opinion or sort of a something to grab on about them all the time.
Yeah. And yeah, so I just feel like Tales of Kinzera really tackles like themes of grief and stuff like that, and I think that is more impactful than necessarily God, I'm forgetting the main character's name in Hellblade, but Senua, sorry, it's right there.
Yeah,
it's in the fucking name, Dex.
I know. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. But like, while that's a cool thing, and I think it's a cool aspect of the Hellblade series, is the psychosis stuff. They aren't trying to really make a statement about people with mental health, like Madeline was saying.
Okay. Yeah, it's just it's more of like, hey, this is kind of what she's going. Yeah,
it's more of a feature of the game rather than like this is intentionally here for this specific reason, outside of the game itself. Okay. And so I feel like Tales of Kinzera or Neva, like which two games I played, and I'm really sad that I played Neva after I already voted on this because I might have changed my vote. But
I mean, I don't think it's locked in. You can just go vote again, make another fucking email address.
I'm too lazy. But I just feel like Tales of Kinzera like tackles things like grief and loss, and I think that's way more impactful than necessarily just having a feature that could have a message, but if you don't try to actively make a message, it just rings hollow, I feel like. Or Neva, like you can, as through playing that, you could find things, whether it's trying to talk about the destruction of the environment and stuff like that. It's not narrative based, it's more visually told more than anything. And so I just feel like there's more stuff there to where you could garner more impact, more meaning out of what they're trying to feed to you through the art.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So we're thinking Indica. All right. So
on to the next.
Next one here.
Wait, there was one thing I wanted to say really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, just, I didn't play any of these games, but hearing you guys kind of talk about them, I know at the start you're saying, like, well, how can you really, like, choose, like, one winner whose message is the better? But maybe kind of what I heard during the conversation you guys talking about was the delivery, the actual impact, right? Those, I think, could be different, which is maybe what this award is supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Because you guys were kind of saying, like, well, I know that you guys were arguing, like, well, why wasn't Dragon Age in there, right? Because it wasn't, right?
No.
Yeah, for games for impact. Yeah. So, you guys were like saying, well, there's some of them that I don't even think should be in here when you consider that there's ones that didn't make it in that were better as far as their impact, right? So I just kind of wanted to have some commentary on that. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know if that's the intent of this award, but if it isn't, maybe that is how they should be kind of judging these. Or maybe how viewers.
I really agree with that. Like, it's more about the effectiveness of how you gave the message rather than like what the message is itself. Like, did you convey the social impact message well with your game? and that progress versus like, yeah, there was a message, but you maybe didn't communicate it very well.
Yeah.
'cause
That's
something
fair.
that I see
Very
a
fair
lot.
point. Yeah.
Like even in horror games, like you wouldn't think that people think it's all just about scaring you, but honestly, there's a lot that can be conveyed. A lot of things I've seen about like addiction, about going through abuse or other like mental struggles. They'll tell them through the lens of a game. Like there's so many games that are set as like through the eyes of a child who's going through like a parent having addiction, like alcoholism or something, and kind
Keep
of like
drinking.
what that's like for a child of an addict. So I thought that's been pretty interesting messaging that I've seen, and the way that they delivered it was very unique.
Okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
So
Thank you.
Like I think
Fuck
if
you,
the,
Dex.
for
You're
this-
wrong.
No, I was just gonna add on to that. I think that it would be better if each of these games got an award for being seen as like the most impactful like bunch in the year, rather than let's pick one that necessarily has the better message. Because they're trying to tell different messages, and to say which one is better, I think that gets a
Well,
little bit
and I think what Kim is trying to say is it's not necessarily which message is better, because the message that is better is going to be different to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it seems like Kim is more along the lines of the delivery of that message and how impactful it is, and there's the word impact. And maybe how important it is to the story, and just kind of how they deliver it, whether or not that works. But it's a great thought about that. So,
And to Dex's point, maybe it could be more specific, like impact, for mental health, impact for like LGBTQ, plus experiences. Stuff like that. I think that would make a lot of sense, Dex, if maybe they were a little bit more specific about it. It could be something to do with like representation or portrayal, depending on what they want the category to be.
Yeah.
I think that touches hugely on the fact that you guys initially said that this should just be out, because there's so many things that can impact so many different types of people. There's no way to touch on all of that. And maybe, like Brayden said, they should just do highlights of impactful games.
real quick, who the fuck is Brayden?
Charisma.
Yeah.
You want to know? You want to know something cool about him? You want to know that charisma is actually part of his name?
Well, he's muted, so I don't know.
Doxing me.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I just assumed your name was Corey.
See that? You know what? That works for me too.
You and everyone else, my friend. You and everyone else.
It's okay.
I was like,
Rocks.
that's a good name.
I called Brett Jim because Jim Tasty when I first met him. So it
Everybody
happens
calls him
to all
Jim,
of
though.
us.
That's his own fault.
Yeah, that's like you just have like a
Still,
normal ass like besides Tasty. You could have been Brett Tasty.
Doesn't flow.
Brett Tasty does.
He's he's not wrong.
No.
He's not wrong.
No. He got it from an old Nickelodeon skit.
And all that
Oh
skit.
yeah.
Oh well, then fair enough. You know what? I'm gonna put my hands up. All that is perfect. All right, so
Moving on.
we've got trivia. We also have some of our own categories, which I had an idea for this specific group with a couple people here at least.
We do enjoy a good horror game.
Best horror
What
game of
is the
year.
best horror game of the year?
I'm listening.
No, you're answering.
You're not giving us choices. We just have
No, you just fucking tell me, because I haven't played any of them. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did a Resident Evil come out this year? I don't know.
Wait. So it had to have come out this year.
Yes, best horror game of 2024.
Does it have to be like a popular one or?
Whatever
Kim
you feel.
Whatever you think the best
Marie
is.
Stirs. Okay, any
You
game.
are our
That's a
expert.
horror game.
Okay, any horror game. Okay, my number one horror game of the year this year was Still Wakes the Deep. Period.
That's a good
It
one.
had great voice
I've heard good
acting.
things.
That came out this
it was
year?
so good. The
Yeah.
art style and everything was beautiful. The story itself was very unique. It had the spoopy atmosphere. I really liked the music and the sound. Everything, top tier. Loved it. Couldn't say good things about it. That's it
For me, it would be Mouthwashing, which I just played like a couple weeks ago.
Ooh, yeah, that's
I've heard good
I
things
loved
about
that
Love
game.
that.
So good. Really, that one I would say has an impactful message about capitalism and consumerism, and that I could see that going in Games for Impact. Actually,
for anybody who has
really
listened to your previous episodes, we are not fans of capitalism here. So.
Nope.
For
What?
me, for me, I think my favorite horror game this year was Concord.
That was pretty terrifying.
Launch, am I right, dude?
It was a nightmare for a lot of people.
Or Pal World when they got sued.
It's still
It's sued for
happening,
like
still
$30K. Like,
Yeah,
I think they'll be okay.
They'll
also
live.
have to
They'll get through
mention
it.
Silent Hill 2, obviously, which was very good.
Yeah,
but I would
yeah,
put
I
Mouth
would
Watching
say-
above it personally.
I haven't played Mouthwashing. I've only played a handful of horror games this year, but for me, I would say Silent Hill 2. I think not only just because it's a really great remake of a really beloved classic, I think that story has a lot of deep levels of storytelling that deal with a lot of different aspects of whether it be people going through different traumas, whether it be SA, grief, guilt, shame, stuff like that. And I think it does a really good job of kind of tackling those things. And then the more you delve into the lore, you kind of see how each part of the world kind of helps tell that story. And I think it does a really good job of that.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't
Anybody
know
else?
the original, but I enjoyed the remake a ton.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't know if Still Wakes the Deep is one that counts as like a horror.
Yeah.
I know it's more.
Oh, yeah,
like
that was
a-
Kim's choice there.
What I
Yeah.
said was
Yeah,
my favorite.
yeah.
Yeah, it's considered
Yeah.
horror. Yeah.
Definitely, I would put it as horror.
Sarah, did you play that one this year?
I'm not. Again, I'm not a big horror game player, but I do like to watch a lot of people playing it. And that one was definitely my favorite for the lore, and then for like the artwork and everything. It was absolutely beautiful.
Okay. For
But the
some
favorite
reason,
one you
I
played,
I
Sarah,
thought
was
that one
Ghost
came
Janitors,
out-
right?
Yes. Oh my god.
For some reason, I
I
thought
think-
Still Wakes the Deep came out last year.
No, it was this
Pretty
year.
sure it was this year.
Okay.
It was early.
I played it at Summer Game Fest, and it came out after that.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
My favorite this year was Ghost Janitors. Came out
Ghost
in June.
Janitors? Because
It's
I
so-
only play
You've offended
multiplayer
Dex.
scary games. Ghost Janitors was so funny.
It was so fucking good.
Ghost Janitors is really, really funny.
Yeah, definitely recommend. Like, cause like what I liked about it a lot was it. Like, you know, when you play a scary multiplayer game, I feel like a lot of the times playing with friends kind of takes away the scary part, right? Like the atmosphere is hard to get, but for what I found that they just nailed is like you die really you die, right? But like it just there's so many things going on while you're trying to clean this house. Like, dude, I just want to wipe these fucking windows. But then Linda comes out of nowhere, you're game
Fucking
over.
Linda.
Like, and like she's a ghost, by the way. She's one of the ghosts.
Yeah.
Wait, is she
and
a
it's
janitor?
terrifying.
Feelings about
She is not. She's just an entity that just haunts you.
So are
you're
you
the
a
janitor.
janitor? So are you a ghost?
Yeah, we're
We're
janitors.
janitors, yeah.
And ghosts?
Cleaning a haunted house.
No.
Yeah.
So we're
No.
janitors that were hired to clean a haunted house. So we have to
No.
go through and like pick up bones,
But like
trash,
you can play with
go-
friends, bro. That's the
This
best
is-
part.
But you're not a ghost janitor.
No.
No,
I
they're
mean, you're
janitors for
a
ghosts.
janitor for ghosts, yeah.
You're cleaning up after them. Yeah,
But
yeah.
my favorite
Yeah.
part is they have jump scares around like the house too.
Mhm.
So like you'll be like walking around, and then all of a sudden there's just this lady just standing in the corner, and you're like, bro, like you're like frozen. You're like, what am I supposed to do here? Like,
Oh my
and
god.
it's so good, dude. It made me laugh with like tears, and it
Scream.
scared the shit out of me. Like I was panicking. Oh.
God, I was hyperventilating at one point
Yeah,
with
dude.
it.
There's a clip of Sarah where she's like, "What am I doing?" And then just gets murdered.
Oh no. I definitely need to play a horror game with you, Sarah. This sounds like fun.
It's so much fun.
Oh my gosh, she's hilarious.
I don't get scared in games, so I gotta steal it from other people, you know? Sarah sounds like a perfect candidate for that.
I'm definitely jumping. My mic maxes out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Love a clicking mic. That's
redlining.
like gold in the horror world, okay?
You can't hear the screams, you know it was good.
Exactly.
Mhm.
All right, next one up here, we've got best independent game and the best debut indie, and I'm assuming these are just both going to Balatro.
Balatro.
I
I
can see
haven't tried
Animal Well.
Pacific Drive yet, but I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like Animal Well has some juice on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what will win is either going to be for both, either Animal or Balatro. After playing Neva, I'm like, I think that should win because that's really, really good. But yeah, I think it's going to be one of those two.
Yeah. Anybody else have any thoughts on these two here? Dakota, Toby? You've both been very quiet.
Balatro's probably going to take it.
I've heard Manor Lords is really good. Never actually played it, but I've heard a lot of good things. But besides that, I haven't touched any of these games.
Balatro.
Yeah, and I feel like
Balatro probably has it.
And I think like Plucky Squire, there was a lot of like hype around that, but I think after it released, it didn't execute what people wanted it to do.
No. I was on, I was a guest on an episode of the PlayStation Game Club podcast. Another kind of funny best friend, the Portland Kevin, has a monthly podcast.
Okay.
Every month, it's just, he picks a game, and then he's got a couple guests on that have played that game all the way through here. Jacob, there's 100 people here. We maxed out the Discord chat.
Let's go.
But yeah, we did an episode about the Plucky Squire, and I got to talk about how disappointed I was in the Plucky Squire because I was really excited for it, and it just did not live up to my expectations at all. So
that's a bummer.
It'd be neat if indie horror ever made it to one of these one year.
It would.
There were definitely I'm assuming Crow Country was a fucking indie game, right?
Yeah, Crow
People
Country
love that.
I've heard good things.
Though.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah.
Mouthwashing's indie, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think Mouthwashing might have came out a little too late.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Mouthwashing's in the Indie Game Awards, but not in the main Game Awards.
Clickholding.
I think horror has the same issue with like movies that it does with games, and the same thing, which is like people feel like it's too genre and too niche. It does not have like the widespread juice to go, which is bummer because, as Kim Stir knows, there's so many really good indie horror games out there. I'm playing them all the time as well, and it's like, oh, you guys just need to like open your minds a little bit, get some more people into the horror sectors.
Yeah, I feel like it really takes somebody like Moist Critical. Like, I think he was playing Mouthwashing. I saw him streaming it a few days ago, so I'm sure like now it's like taking off even more, but it's kind of like they shouldn't just remain like little hidden gems. It should be like, because within the horror space, Mouthwashing was all the rage when it was coming out. Like, I feel like maybe it might be even more popular like worldwide after somebody like Moist Critical plays it, but like I don't know, I feel like it deserved attention before then. And I really wish there was a way to kind of really highlight indie games without them having to reach that level of status. Like, what's the point in it being considered indie if, only the ones that don't stand their ground basically get to rise up and be recognized? Like the whole
Well, I think that's why it's important that there is like things like the Indie Game Awards too, to shed some light on some more of these games in their showcase as well, because there are so many good games out there made by small teams and that aren't getting the light as like so many of these categories. It's one thing that's frustrating to me about the Game Awards is like so many games are in almost every category. Like we're seeing so many repeats, and I'm like, there's hundreds of games being made every month, and we only picked 10 games are the only ones that can win an award. It seems kind of silly.
Yeah, and I wish like the panel in general would just try and diversify what they're, because I feel like there's a lot of them, not saying it's all of them, feel like they pick what may actually win rather than what they feel necessarily is deserved to be up there. It's obviously that can intermingle together, but I feel like it becomes more about the popularity rather than necessarily the quality of the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anybody else have some like indie games that were definitely snubbed here?
I can list off a bunch of indie horrors, but you probably don't want to hear that.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough. All right. So, trivia time. Mike has the questions now. Mike, go ahead and do question number 2. And remember, Madeline, say your name first, and then we'll call on you to answer the question.
Okay. Sorry.
God.
Got excited before.
She's like, I know this.
All right.
All right. Capcom has the most Game of the Year nominations without a win at 4. Can you name 2 of the 4 games?
Brett,
Jim?
just say your name.
Brad's got you.
Jim Tasty, Monster Hunter Worlds, and Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Robert?
Let me pull it up because I forgot.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Or is it Rise? Might be Rise. One of the
You are correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yay.
Monster Hunter
Vibes from
World.
Jim Tasty.
So
Yeah.
Capcom
Yeah.
has 4 nominations for Game of the Year. 3 of them are Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Monster Hunter World, Resident Evil Village, and then RE2 remake and RE4 remake.
Yeah.
So point to Brett because he said his name. You know what, Brett? You get Madeline's point from earlier too.
Let's
What
go.
the fuck?
He said his name.
Wow.
If I win by more
This
than
is
1
kangaroo
point,
court.
I'll give it back to you.
Okay, thank you.
There we go.
Kangaroo Court in a Banana Republic. What is this? This used to be a respectable podcast.
We used to have virtues.
Wait, aren't I supposed to like beat you up when I see you, Mr. Hawks?
Oh, you can
Maybe
maybe
we'll
up
see.
with me.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a line to kick Hawks' ass. Just get in it.
There is, we gotta get it.
Also, is your hair also purple?
Mine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine is purple too.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really see it.
Purple-haired horror girlies.
Hell yeah. I stand.
Nice.
I just kind of wanted to mention that because, you know, maybe I could also like help out with the beating up. I'll just hold him down and you can just,
There you go.
Oh, please, I would love that.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's really no wrong way to do it.
Hey, no kinks are bad. Okay. So
We're not king shaming on this podcast.
no, we don't.
We're not here to yuck your yum. You do you.
Here.
All right. So next up, these two together: best fighting game and best RPG. So fighting game. Anybody have? As I haven't played any of these. Actually, no. I played Multiverses for like 12 minutes, and I would still vote for Dragon Ball.
I was gonna say probably like Tekken 8.
Yep.
Yeah, Tekken 8.
Tekken 8's gonna win.
Yeah,
I would
I
say
think
Dragon
Tekken 8's
Ball.
gonna win.
Streets are
That'd be
saying.
my vote. But
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking
Go
of
with Dragon
Tekken 8,
Ball.
did you see there's going to be a character reveal, like a DLC reveal at the Game Awards for Tekken 8?
Yeah, I know I've heard some people say
Yeah.
Tifa from Final Fantasy 7.
Hey, dude, that's my girl right there, dude. She looks
There it is.
good.
Or maybe a certain Dragon of Dojima?
Oh, maybe that'd be cool too.
Mhm.
But yeah, I
Yakuza.
think it's gonna probably be Tekken 8. But if there was gonna be any other one that would win, I think it'd be Dragon Ball, just because Dragon Ball is super popular, and Sparking Zero is a really good game.
yeah, it fucking rips.
I gotta give some love to Marvel vs. Capcom because the
Well,
fans of that franchise were starving for so long.
Yeah.
And when they announced it, the internet just uproared in like joy. So, and playing those games again, they're so fun, and I hope
Yeah.
it spawns like interest in a new game because the last game was not that good. So, yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom is great.
I haven't played it yet, and I feel like that's a crime for me because I love Marvel vs. Capcom. It's my favorite, and I just haven't jumped into this one yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, my only
good.
opinion. I played a little bit of Tekken, and a little bit of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I just
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
I can't speak for what I haven't played, but yeah, it looks amazing. So
Anybody else with the fighting game bug? All right, best RPG, Metaphor. Yeah!
yeah, Metaphor.
I don't know, man.
But it's
Final
good.
Fantasy 7 Part 2.
Final
I've
Fantasy
played-
VII Rebirth can kiss my fucking ass!
I've played all these.
Yeah.
I've played all these except Metaphor. I've actually beaten all these except Metaphor. But I would probably, if I had to pick, I'd probably give it to Like a Dragon.
That's fair.
I think Yakuza has gone to a place with its turn-based combat and stuff like that, and its RPG mechanics that make
Like
it
a
just
Dragon.
as good as.
It's not Yakuza.
It
Get it
was,
right.
though.
Anyway,
I have a question.
Yes, who's got a question? Who's got a question? Say your name.
Casey from
For the class.
From Texas.
From Remedial Math. Go ahead, Jim.
Why are there only 5 nominees for each thing? The graphics look so weird with like an empty space.
Look, man.
Which make
Okay, I didn't fucking make these.
Hey,
which makes I didn't expect it to win, but like Dragon Age, man, Dragon Age is good enough. I think to get nominated.
I think it should
have been
be on
nominated
there.
for sure.
And the fact that it didn't get nominated, not even in RPG category, like
it's really
like,
weird.
What are we doing here? 5? It's like
yeah, these graphics I literally just took from the Game Awards site. So they could have easily made them so they weren't this and been like 3 on top, 2 on bottom, kind of in the middle. No, they fucking did this because Jeff Keighley's a dumb piece of shit.
It's like a hidden fighter in Smash Bros or something.
Yeah.
Like the little, like, boxes don't connect.
Every single one of these, it only has 5 at the awards. They're going to be like, and the 6th secret nominee, and that one's going to be the winner.
And it's always the winner.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what, you're like, I'll just go fuck myself. Like,
like, well, I mean, I thought metaphors.
But with like a dragon, I think with its turn-based mechanics and its RPG mechanics, I think it's just as good as any of the tentpole kind of RPGs or JRPGs you see. Even though it's wacky and goofy, I think it's very in depth with its mechanics and its systems. So I think it deserves it.
I mean, I would vote for Metaphor because I did vote for Metaphor because it was my game of the year. Spoilers. Anybody else with RPG thoughts? Has anybody else played any of these? I've played 2 of these multiple times.
I haven't played any of them.
Yeah.
I didn't play any.
I think Metaphor's great.
I stare at
I'm
walls
curious what the DLC Elden Ring situation's going to be across the whole show, not just this category, but
100% agree. May I ask that question? Like, what is everyone's thoughts on the DLC being like?
You know what?
Added,
We'll
or is that like
get
a later
there.
thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that is definitely like that's a topic that we will
Absolutely right, and I'm definitely
yeah.
curious on everyone's thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, you can hear my thoughts and Mike's and Dex's on a previous episode of this podcast, so we're not going to talk.
They were so mean to me.
We threw you into a volcano.
I'm assuming it was like a 2v1 situation.
Yeah, we just yelled at him.
They told me
We
to
invited
come on
him on.
podcast. I was like, okay, and they were like, "You're a dumbass piece of shit." I was like, "Yeah, sorry."
We're like, Dex, come in here and share your opinion. He came in and said, "Hi, I'm Dex." We were just like, "Fuck you, Dex."
We invited him to the party just to beat him up in front of everybody.
Yeah, and it was cool.
That's
We were
right.
cool. We had
He'll
like
have his revenge at Game Awards.
we had our Letterman's jackets on. You know.
Yeah.
Dude, we're gonna
was
be getting ready for
something
sleep,
to
and then
walk
Dex is just gonna like show up and just like put you in a choke and be like, "That's right, call for your mama."
Remember,
Come on.
bitch. Remember.
There was no safe word when I got there.
No, it was, no, this wasn't a friendly get together.
Sure, I mean, like if Dex throws you gloves, just be ready, man. Like,
Hey,
What are these?
So,
Yeah.
as someone that doesn't like, or I don't say doesn't like I don't normally gleam to JRPGs. What's like Metaphor's hook?
It's very Persona-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made by the team that made Personas 3, 4, and 5, the originals before, like the not remastered, but the expanded versions. And it's basically like they took all the best parts of Persona, got rid of the parts that weren't that great. And for me, at least, the gameplay itself, obviously, I like the turn-based battling is great, but then there's also real-time action that you do out in the overworld, and the story. Like especially when it came out and we were in the middle of this fucking thing in America. Fuck you, Braden, you Canadian fuck, not having to deal with that shit until next year. But
yeah, exactly. I'm just postponed, bro. Like, it's
yeah. But I mean,
shit show.
For me, like the story is really what kind of put it over the top for me. I was excited for it, and then it lived up to every expectation that I had.
You have to know, Braden's not the only Canadian here. Toby's also Canadian.
Toby, you piece of shit!
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you don't deserve that.
Damn.
I was trying to fly under the radar, and I just.
He's like,
nope.
There's a moment in Family
I mean,
Guy
he tried to like show people he's American. He was like saluting like all the American flags as he was like driving back to Vegas. So.
Oh my god, I hated it.
Every flag.
As an American,
Oh,
it's so cringe.
Oh my god, yeah.
Hands off the steering wheel.
he's just doing both hands. He's like,
The only thing that I salute when I'm driving is if I drive past somebody and they blow out a huge vape cloud out of their car, I will just start clapping.
Oh yeah.
As you should. You know.
Just roll down the window.
Yeah. Good job.
You're doing great.
Good job, Chad. It was a guess and it was correct. I know. So yeah, RPG. Anybody else with an RPG? I know they're not. They're solo player games. So Lisa, I don't think you've played.
I thought you meant like to own one. I do not, but
you know.
But I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. So Metaphor is the pick for everybody. So
yeah, it's fair.
All right then. Next category that we're doing for ourselves, and this actually works.
With buds.
Well, best game to stream with buds that came out in 2024.
Ooh.
Take a moment to think. I'm gonna go grab a beer.
You know what? I'll throw out.
Was pretty good.
One that
pretty good. Yeah.
Dude, oh yeah.
Helldivers 2.
Helldivers, that was a good one.
Seriously great game to play with the homies.
That got subbed so bad. I feel like
it did. Yeah,
dude, and it felt like there was nothing funnier than like the whole. Oh, welcome back.
Yeah,
we're done discussing it.
Fair.
Next topic.
Moving on.
Oh, thank you.
So Helldivers 2, right?
Helldivers 2 was the one. Yeah,
Helldivers 2.
No, like I thought it was such a cool thing, even though I know as updates came out, like people like weren't as into it, but like the whole spreading democracy, like people ask each other, like, you ready to go spread democracy? Or like when that, I don't remember which planet it was, when it got lost, everybody was like so distraught.
Babylon Creek, bro.
Babylon Creek, dude.
Like everybody was so distraught. Like it was this whole like collective thing that I don't feel like you see with a lot of multiplayer games.
I feel like
it's one of the few games that hit like mainstream culture too, where like it was like viral on TikTok.
Yeah,
people who had no idea what it was happening.
Because like I swear I'd get like, you know, my normal FYP stuff, and then it'd be like Helldivers, and it was like, and don't get me wrong, I was sucked into it because I was all about the bit of for democracy, and everything. But
really quick, so for Braden and Toby, democracy is the form of government that we pretend to have down here.
I think we have it here.
Maybe you've executed it actually.
Give it time, friend. Give it time.
Except that, you know, the thing is, you know, I'm not a big fan of our guy because, you know, he does some crazy things, but you know, we kind of do it.
Well, you guys might become the 51st state, didn't you know?
Have you heard the news?
Well,
we coming for that booty.
Yes.
I mean, if anything, that just makes my you know, I don't have to renew my passport next year, then, right?
It would be so much easier.
Yeah.
You'll become a state, but you'll still have to present papers at the border.
No, dude.
Papers, please.
Where are they?
I'm sure everything is in order, but please, just papers. Papers, please. I'm allowed to do that. I'm German. Wait, no, that's wrong.
One of the best games to stream, dude, was Chained Together.
It was, dude.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I rated it.
But
Never
like,
went back on that game ever
how many
again.
times did Brett fucking troll me with his bad jump timing, bro? Like, oh my God.
Is it a
He'd be
troll
like,
if he's just
3,
not
2,
good?
He would count it down and then preemptively go. Like, I fucking, like, what are you doing, dude?
Oh man, that was a good times, man. It was good times.
So yeah, Lisa, Sarah, this is your category. Games that you like the party games. What came out this year that was really fun to play?
I don't stream, so
But did
You did at one point.
for 7 days.
Kim,
You know-
what's your
Kim,
opinion?
what do you got?
I really like streaming Sons of the Forest with friends.
Okay.
I had a lot of good times in those little golf carts. I know I didn't get to play it with you guys. I'm sorry. You guys been.
You
playing
can still come play with us.
I was gonna say it's not like we can never play again.
No,
expired.
bought
The
the
offer's
server
expired.
6 months. Years
It's
ago.
gone.
Years
It's gone
over.
now.
Sons of
It's
the
expired.
Forest got concorded, y'all. Sorry.
Well,
Too soon.
But yeah, it's that one was really really fun. I enjoyed the new story that they had. Kind of like with the first one, the twist at the like end, or like when you figure out like kind of like what's going on, you're like, whoa. And I don't want to give anything away because I don't know if you guys have gotten that far.
We haven't gotten that far yet, so
Yeah, it's pretty
we're
fucking cool.
we're going to Vegas.
Yeah, if anyone wants to play, I have a dedicated server.
For Sons of the Forest?
Sons of the Forest, very
Damn.
fun.
Okay.
It's fun watching.
Also-
It
guys
came
play
out this year.
It did. February.
One of the best games to play with butts.
See, I changed it for you, so it's not
I
just
saw
streaming.
that. I saw that.
Shout out to the new Mario Party. It's so
That's what I was
great.
about to say, Brad. That
It's
Mario
so
Party was
great.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So if you like
Wait,
Mario
really
Party,
quick. Who's bringing their Xbox to LA?
Get out of here.
me, I'm bringing my Xbox. It's right here.
He's got that fucking.
This is an Xbox.
This is an Xbox.
It's an Xbox.
This is an Xbox.
This is an Xbox.
This is an Xbox.
It's an Xbox. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
That's an Xbox fridge.
Hey, what did you think of Murky Divers? I kind of want to play more of that because that one was really fun. We got to check out, Toby, right? When we played that was a lot of fun.
See me scream like a little girl.
Oh, it was so fun.
I was a big fan for.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I was a really big fan with Murky Divers. I really liked the proximity chat and like just how they did all of that. That was really cool.
Yeah. I don't know what
Lockdown
Murky
Protocol
Divers
was fun.
was.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun playing with you guys.
It's
That'll
like
test
kinda
friendships
like
right
Among
there.
Us.
But better.
Does it train you how to be an assassin, like Among Us does?
No, you're just kind of learning on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just basically like first person 3D kind of Among Us, and it's like it uses
awesome.
proximity chat. It's like it's cool.
Yeah.
I really hope they put a new map and like maybe give us more people to play with because it limits you to 8 unless we can find a way to mod it.
You didn't think 8
sure
was
there's a mod
enough?
for it.
Dude, let me shoot more. I mean, let me help more people.
I need more help on
Brayden?
these tasks.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Brayden
saying.
is the one motherfucker I
Aaron
don't
and I are
trust in that
trying to do
game.
the stupid Transformer thing.
That's crazy, bro. Like, what? I'm a good person until I don't need to be.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a
Um,
Costco guy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if I had to pick a game, it'd be like a really recent one, but like Marvel's Rivals, like that is
Yes,
a lot of
dude.
fun.
Oh,
It's
man.
so
No,
good.
Dude, I can't
I've
wait to
been
try it.
Over
loving
what?
it.
It seems to
Over
be on
what?
fire.
Yeah, over what?
Over
Stop
what,
it,
bro?
Brad.
Bye. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, that game is so much fucking fun. Like, I played a couple matches one night, and I was just like, man, I'm hooked.
Who's your guy?
I don't know.
Who's your character?
I have issues
I like
with
playing as
Overwatch
Wolverine a lot.
and
He's
Marvel
cool.
Rivals. It's so team based, and if the team is not there doing
It
what they're supposed to be
happens.
doing, I just
You know what?
get
I
so
also
frustrated.
don't like
Oh
dealing
yeah,
with other
no,
people.
totally,
So
totally fair.
I get it.
I was on like
get it.
I was on like a 6-game losing streak for a little bit, and I was just like, go to the objective.
Yeah, everybody just gets split up, people die, and then they just run in by themselves. And I'm like, do you guys understand how this works? They don't. So I have a hard time playing it.
People treat a multiplayer game like
That's
a single
fair.
player game, and then they die, and then they're like, "What happened?"
What the fuck?
Well, it's also funny because you might have to hold a point, but they're probably trying to play team deathmatch when that's not what we're fucking playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm playing. Dex.
All I'm saying is, by the
Some
end,
people are playing
the
that.
score sheet's gonna have me on top with the most deaths.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but best shit talk though, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Bottom of the leaderboard's got to be your A1 shit talker.
They were cheating.
I'm at the bottom, and I'm still fucking better than your ass.
It's hacks.
All right, let's see. Next real categories again. Yeah, well, actually, perfect. Yeah, best multi. I didn't even put these at the same part as the last one. Best multiplayer and best family game.
I don't know how you put Warhammer in there.
Best
For best
multiplayer.
multiplayer. Yeah.
You,
Doesn't it have
you
co-op
can
mode?
play with somebody else, and they're like, yeah, it counts.
I'm thinking strictly like
Like when you're thinking,
online, like versus online. I guess obviously it would be different with co-op and stuff like that. But yeah, never mind. I retract my statement.
No, I mean, I believe it. I mean, I played Warhammer solo for the time that I played it, which was about an hour. But
yeah,
it was just straight up solo. It was offline.
doesn't it have a
Yeah.
PvP though?
Probably.
It's very basic. It's like the game is very single player or like that
Right.
co-op campaign oriented, and the multiplayer is very bare bones. Like unless you're doing the co-op missions, but like actual team versus team, it's team
Right.
deathmatch, capture the flag, domination.
Do you feel like the
Not much
co-op's
outside of
good? Like, do you feel like the co-op does anything interesting or add anything?
Does it make that pickle raise?
It adds a lot if you're big into the story. They like jump
Okay.
off a bunch of different points in this from the
Okay.
story and stuff like that, and you see people from the story. So in that way, I still haven't gotten a chance to play it at all. So, but just from what I've seen,
Gotcha.
a lot of people talking about it, and ranting and raving about it. So
Okay, good to know.
We got Helldivers 2 here, which we kind of talked about in the last one, and then Brett's favorite game of the year, Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Telling you there. With Call of Duty here, though, I gotta say, like, for me as a pretty consistent Call of Duty fan, but like I'll take, gap years where I just don't vibe with whatever game they're offering that year. Black Ops 6 is like really invigorated my love and passion for the franchise. So running a lot of Warzone and just regular multiplayer too, for the past month and a half or something like that. They made a really excellent game. So, and the campaign's really good too.
I think
So
it's brought a lot of people back in.
yeah, I don't think it should win, but I'm glad it's there.
It's on Game Pass.
It is.
Best deal in gaming, Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I personally,
Game Pass.
I personally think Helldivers should win. Personally,
I don't think there's anything but Helldivers winning this. Like,
Yeah, the ones I actually played.
Yeah, like I
Which
just
one,
like,
Kim?
Helldivers.
Oh,
sorry, why did I say it like
Yeah,
that?
she's
Helldivers.
part of the crew. She's part of the crew. We
Helldivers
ride together,
also.
we dive together.
Yeah.
I've also only played one of these games.
It was Black Ops 6.
Helldivers?
It's Black Ops 6.
I remember watching you play.
Never played Helldivers.
I played Helldivers 2 because Mike bought it, and we're a Steam family.
Oh, nice. I understand.
Yeah.
Like, because I already kind of talked about it, I just feel like Helldivers permeated the mainstream and just so much of the gaming space for the time that it was popular that I don't feel like most multiplayer games do throughout their whole lifetimes. It's not to say that they're not good, but I feel like Helldivers just had like a chokehold on like everybody for like that first like set of time.
100%. Like, what the heck is it? Like, and same with like Mario doesn't have the same impact that it does because I feel like it's gonna sell millions of copies, but it's not gonna do what Helldivers or Call of Duty are gonna do in terms of things you're gonna see fucking just on the internet, clips of it. If you're gonna see a Mario Party clip, you're gonna watch somebody get absolutely just belittled every step of the way. Like friendship ruining moments, and then that kind of thing.
It's when you see Mario Party clips, it's at the end of the game when somebody gets fucked on the bonus stars.
And
Oh yeah.
It's time, man. Nothing better.
Yeah, and then best family game, which is basically just Nintendo Game of the Year and Friends.
Yeah.
Astrobot.
Astrobot's winning this.
I think Astrobot's gonna win this.
I think Astrobot will probably take this, even though like when you guys think of family games, do you guys think of like just a game that anybody can play, or is like the team that like a game that like your family you would play with your family?
I think
I'm more
like.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm more in the camp of a game you would play with your family, and that's just not how this category ever is.
No, it never is.
So, in my opinion, like that would be a Mario Party thing for me, something you could sit down and play with your family. But I kind of understand the other end of it because, like, growing up, my dad would like pop on a game like Spyro, for instance, and we'd fucking sit down and we'd play Spyro together. But that's, I still say I'm more in the camp of it should be a game you play like multiplayer with your family.
Yeah,
I think that because there's a single player game on there, I think it's just family friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like
if
me.
it was me voting, I would say would be the playing with your family is how I would vote.
Yeah.
But I don't
Mostly
think I voted
too-
in this category.
there's not that many games that you can play with your family. I think that's also part of the issue,
True.
which is like they're just
True.
not making them anymore.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
a bummer.
There's no couch co-ops anymore.
I'm crying.
Because like for me, like I definitely see where Dakota's coming from, like that actual multiplayer, like cohesive playing experience. But like for me, growing up, like kind of how Dakota was also saying, like playing Spiral, like me and my family, like it would be me, my brother, my sister, my dad, my mom, and like someone would die on a stage of Crash Bandicoot, it would go to the next person, and like that was how we'd like spend our nights. And so like from my own personal experience, I view any of these could be like seen as like a family game, and then unfortunately I haven't been able to play most of these, but I think Astrobot is a really fucking amazing game, and that
Yeah, Astrobot, incredible game, and I know personally it's what I bought my nephew for his birthday, who when he turned 6 was Astrobot, and he and my brother play it together and they love it. So for me, that's a family game.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Also, Astrobot is all about him finding his family that all gets spread across the galaxies. So
That's true.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was what it was about.
yeah, it's like a very
Really?
thin story just to have like dope ass platforming levels.
Yeah, it's
So-
more of like a vehicle of why you're going to the different places you're going. It's not so much like your family's missing, go find your family.
It's not like it's much about family as like what was that game? That 2-player one where the
It Takes Two.
It Takes
Oh,
Two.
It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Game of the Year from like 6 years ago?
God,
Yeah.
that was such a good game. I love that game.
Trying to make an analogy where it was like
Yeah.
about family.
I thought it was really cool in that game one. I was like, that's cool.
I'm just upset that there wasn't a Fast and Furious game that came out this year that would have definitely been up for best family.
That would have been the
Dude,
that
it
would have
would
won.
have
obviously.
legally
Yeah.
come out to win that. Like,
Like it is
I would
Family.
fam.
the only family game.
That's all it is. It's just Vin Diesel. Just
Don't we have like Fast and Furious 11 Part 1 or some bullshit coming out next year anyways?
Probably,
No,
I
it's
don't
gonna be out
know.
for like
Maybe.
5 more years.
Maybe.
They haven't started filming it yet.
Oh, they
Yeah.
haven't? Fuck.
No, he's working on another Riddick movie right now.
Oh, is
Vin
it?
Diesel's gonna be like 90 when they finish that fucking.
Yeah,
what we
it's
need.
not. It's not coming out for like 4 or
He's-
5 years.
He's gonna
Jesus.
be a walker, be like family.
Fucking maybe by the time they make it, Vin Diesel and The Rock will be friends again. All right, trivia time. Mike,
Trivia time.
remember, all of these are Game Awards adjacent questions.
Before it was the Game Awards, what was the yearly event still produced by Jeff Keighley known as?
Devin here.
Oh.
Evan.
E3.
Oh,
Dumb piece of shit. You piece of shit.
Brett.
The Spike Video Game Awards, baby. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Because he was. I thought he did like actually like.
Yeah, he probably fucking did. I don't know,
E3.
but
yeah.
I don't know,
But
but
like,
that's
like the Spike TV video game awards were like before he even like had like the ownership of it, and they were fucking
Yeah.
rad.
the Spike TV Game Awards, Video Game Awards were there for about 10, 11 years. And
Yeah.
then when that got canceled is when Jeff Keighley just was like, okay, then fuck you, I'm going to do my own with, blowing hookers.
That's
Do you
fair.
think how many hookers do you think he got?
I mean, for the first year, probably about 2. Second
I
year,
think-
4.
Well, just
Third
tight.
year, 3. Yeah.
Down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fourth
but
year
it's
he
his
got married,
anniversary,
so
though, right?
6.
So-
Oh.
Is he going 10 this year for the 10th anniversary?
Probably.
Gotta be.
Has to.
Gotta
Like
be.
the fucking Godfather with the train, you know what I mean?
I remember stumbling on the Spike TV Game Awards accidentally. And it was the greatest thing ever, dude. Like I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Such a glorious discovery.
But it was, dude. I was freaking out. I was like, "Video games awards?
What? Okay.
I'm canceling all my plans. I had none." And I watched it.
Yeah. Okay, then let's see here. Next slide. This one, best ongoing game should be Fallout 76.
Fortnite. Oh.
Oh, Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I have a feeling a majority of the people in here are going to
Here's
say
the
Fortnite.
thing. I love Fortnite. One of the greatest games ever made. You know, you can't. What other game you to put Goku, Will Smith, fucking
Play
Godzilla.
the puppet.
Godzilla, and
Banana.
Snake from in a game? Come on now, like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What other game can you buy
preferably
shoes
NBA
for your
Street, but
characters?
Oh God, please don't bring up the shoes.
So expensive. Dude. I saw slippers the other day. I was like, do I?
Can you make Cell wear Jordan?
Just wait for the Crocs. Wait for the Crocs, Braden.
Dude,
for
I'm
the
holding
Crocs.
out, brother. It's gonna. I'm trying to save my money.
Not for the Crocs.
So Fortnite,
Yeah.
Fortnite, which I honestly think Fortnite. Well,
I
mean,
think
I really did.
honestly,
Helldivers
Good.
was
good
so
contender for
popular, and
Helldivers has quote unquote.
it was like
fallen off.
so popular, and then it kind of took a nosedive with the whole PSN thing.
yeah.
Which I
And
think
then
is
it's just been slowly doing this all the way back up. So
yeah.
I think the PSN sign-in thing was such it was such bullshit that people complained about it. But
Oh, 100%.
Agreed.
100%.
Yeah.
I will say that the concept for Helldivers 2 is, or Helldivers 2 also, I guess, whatever. But just the idea of there being like a guy who's a game master, I think that's kind of fucking cool.
that's so
Yeah.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
like
that's rad.
a cool way to go about doing an ongoing game.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for a moment. But Sarah, you were saying something, I think.
Oh yes, I was saying I really do think Diablo could be a good contender just because of how long the game franchise has been running for.
Mhm.
That-
I mean, was it one or two expansions that came out this year?
I think
Oh,
one.
I think
One.
there's
Vessel.
one.
So the
Vessel
one
came
that
out.
shows there is the one that came out.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And Vessel rips. Vessel's a crazy good fucking expansion.
Isn't
I
that
haven't
a
gotten all the way
21
through
Pilots
it yet.
album?
Is
Nobody's talking about Destiny 2.
I was
yeah,
gonna say
I-
how that's just kept going. It's just, I haven't looked at Destiny 2 in over a year, and it's still just
Yeah.
putting along. Stuff's
Mhm.
Like-
coming out, people are still playing it. Like,
It's crazy.
Okay.
Dude.
My thing with Destiny is that yes, it keeps going. I'm really glad people still love it, but like it's such a rocky road throughout that whole entire thing. It has its ups and it has its way low downs,
Yeah.
which is why I fell off as a player. And I'm glad that like, people can still find enjoyment in the game because it does have really great combat and shooting and moment-to-moment gameplay. But just in terms of the overall existing within that ecosystem, I feel like has been a very frustrating experience. And so I just feel like a lot of this is really between Diablo, Final Fantasy 14, or Fortnite.
yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I feel like Destiny's been solid all the way through. I never had a problem with Destiny. I stopped playing because a lot of my friends weren't playing anymore, and then that was like before or during 2020 when I did like a little bit of a PC shift.
Nerd.
But yeah, but I feel like I've never not liked something within Destiny. I try to get back into it, but I think I'm
really glad it's been your
addicted to other
experience. It's
things.
just been like the online discussion around Destiny is so divisive.
The final
Yeah.
shape was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I've
But-
been told the final shape is unreal.
Yeah, it was incredible. I just the art direction, everything about that was awesome. Like the story was rad. That final like 12-man mission is fucking crazy. That part was cool. But again, I'm with Dex. It is as a person who's played Destiny since Destiny 1 all the way through. It is it's a roller coaster of a fucking game. And you just I've learned my way of playing it is just to pop in when I know that we're gonna go down the fun part of the roller coaster, and then hop out whenever we're on the climb back up. But I don't know yet. I don't think it's winning here, but Final Shape was rad. I think it deserved its flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd say, yeah, just Helldivers 2's the shared narrative was so unique, so I want to give it some kudos for that if it wins anything. But I mean, Fortnite's the GOAT. Like you
Fortnite's
gotta,
the goat.
you gotta kneel to the GOAT. You gotta kneel to the GOAT. The fact
I'm
that
with
7
you.
years on, it's just as strong, if not stronger than it's ever been, and they're always reinventing ways with bringing OG back again, the new chapter, the Call of Duty mode dropping tomorrow, like or Counter Strike mode, whatever.
Didn't
It's
they
like
just
for computer
do
mode.
like a oh my god, what is that game called?
Like a
The
Grand
one-
Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. The
Yeah,
Grand
they
Theft
just-
Auto on Lego
Yeah, and
Fortnite.
Lego
They just
Fortnite,
announced like a
yeah.
Lego
It's-
thing, yeah.
It's insane.
Oh my god.
Like
It's-
The only thing they need to do is take the fucking bots out of the online matches, and then we're good.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
They should have at least taken them out of
Yes.
OG. That was weird.
They
fucking
did
hate
take
it.
them out, but then they put them back in. It was
I
It's
know.
so weird.
Like,
There
why?
must not have been enough people.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
there
think
was probably like
that's
a
funny.
millie playing it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's the OG mode. Like
There ain't no way.
there ain't no
I already
fucking
know
way.
8 people playing right now. There's got to be at least 5 million more.
When I was on there yesterday, there's like 300,000 people playing. I'm like, you're telling me there's not
Yeah.
enough fucking players here? Come on now.
Yeah.
I do think the nicest thing about Fortnite and what makes it one of the stronger contenders for this one is just how much it does adapt. Like it's constantly, like Jim Tasty said earlier, it's constantly just looking for different things that they can do to stay in the in the spotlight and who they can work with, whether it be Ariana Grande or Snoop Dogg, like every single
Marvel.
time. Marvel. Well, I know Disney just bought it, and that's one of my. I have feelings about that.
Wait, did they buy?
But-
Didn't they just like they put money into it?
They just
They-
invested it, yeah.
Yeah,
Invested
they,
it.
I
Yeah, they
think,
invested
Okay.
into it.
yeah,
Into it. Yeah, Fortnite's great.
But
yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
just love how much they always adapt. I feel like they do copy a lot of Call of Duty though, but I know.
I mean, I feel like they've copied a lot of other games.
They've copied a
kind of their
lot, but they
thing.
made it really good.
I was gonna
It's their
say,
thing.
didn't revives? Didn't they bring revives in because of Apex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just the better game.
Hey, really quick,
Not.
Mike.
It's just not.
Mike, quick question.
Yo, what do you
What the
got?
fuck is Fortnite? Is that a game?
Fortnite.
Is that a game?
I assume so.
Okay.
The cinematic
I mean-
universe, brother.
It's a
We'll get you
lifestyle.
guys. We'll get you guys.
Fair
It's
enough.
being
Yeah, like
Fair enough.
I wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite won. I think it has like a unique space where most games can't compete in terms of how it can expand itself into different
Yeah.
franchises and bring Goku along with fucking Thanos, and Goku's using the Infinity Gauntlet. Like you won't get that experience anywhere else. Like Fortnite is very unique in that sense where it's the only game that I guess can do it at this time.
Kim is really happy
Yeah.
that Fortnite is going to win.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So really quick, Dakota, I cut you off a minute ago when you were talking about like the games master and kind of how Helldivers is working, because I feel like that goes maybe more towards the community support aspect of it, like the actual real people
for sure.
behind the game. So I just wanted to I wanted to bring that up now with the games master and kind of how Helldivers 2 has really done their lore on social media. It's not just, hey, go into the game and here's a fucking terminal that's got a thing that tells you all about the lore. No, it's
Right.
you go to the Twitter account and it's posts from the world. It's like, yeah, democracy is in this world, but just in case, maybe people go to this planet, and that's how they're doing things. So community support. What does everybody think is kind of the way that should be voted on, or what do you think is going to win? For me, it's Helldivers 2.
I would agree with that because I feel like Helldivers 2 is a lot more open to listening to the community. Not that like a game like a Fortnite isn't. It's just if they're going to, they take a lot longer to implement it.
I don't know, man. When people were mad about the Sabrina Carpenter emote, that shit was gone within 3 hours. Okay, they took that shit out so fast. They're like, okay. We'll
Sabrina
fix it.
Carpenter emote?
Yeah,
They did an espresso emote
Best
where
song.
it's just a little dance, and
Song of the
they
summer.
sped it up so it sounded like chipmunks. And people were
First off, hold on. Song of the Summer?
Song of the Summer, man.
Excuse me?
Summer.
Song of the Summer.
Song of the
That
Summer.
is pretty adaptable. Put on by you.
No. In a world where Kendrick released Not Like Us, there is no other fucking song of the goddamn summer.
That's right.
Okay?
Dude,
It was put on by the chat.
yeah, but
By
it
which
wasn't up
chat?
to me. Mine.
Fair enough. Okay, go ahead.
One thing is I only heard espresso out of those two, so
I'm gonna be 100%
You haven't
honest. It was my
heard
most
oh my
listened to
God.
song this year. Was
I'm gonna have to karaoke Not Like Us in LA and not censor the words and they get canceled. Nobody record it, please.
I'll be there, so you
Don't
better
do that, please.
Wait,
better watch it.
Mr. Hawks, who was in Paris?
menu.
I will crush that song. Not Like Us is my favorite.
Yeah, she actually did sing it at the club at TwitchCon this year.
Oh, I did. I was.
The whole song.
That was a good time.
We're not
gonna...
Is that recorded so we can get her fired?
No.
Every word. I don't
No,
know.
she.
No,
I watched her. I was
no.
making sure.
I was making sure.
She was being good.
She just pointed at you to say the words, and
I
she
was
was like,
"Ah." Okay.
Keeps us on our toes.
Oh man.
All right, so we've got a pretty diverse group here, mostly white. Let's be honest. So,
Hi, I'm the not white one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
so if we need, just give her like the like the fingers if you need her to just be like, Vegas, I need you to jump in it. Like say it.
I'm the diversity hire.
Token.
Games for Impact.
The games for
are you the DEI? Is that
Let's reel it back. I know the answer to that one.
You'll be guests for Impact.
Okay, so
Crazy.
next fun category, and then we're actually going to go to Mike for something here because Mike has a challenge for us all that are going to the Game Awards. Yeah, that he's going to bring up now that we've all been drinking a little bit, and by all of us I mean me. But before we do that,
I've been too.
so best game of 2024 that didn't come out in 2024. So a game that you found this year that is not from this year that you just fucking absolutely loved.
Party Animals. That's my choice.
That's a great choice.
That I
fair.
found
That's a great
this
choice,
year.
yeah.
That's
That you found this year that limits it a bit.
Can I still say Ghost Janitors?
No, it came out this year.
I know, but fuck. I did play the original Silent Hill 2 for the first time. That was cool.
Did you play the remake as well?
I haven't played the remake yet.
Okay.
Just I was low.
I just wanted to know if you were able to like compare them. So.
Compare and contrast. Yeah. I've seen like a bunch of like the homies play it, but I've yet to. I'm also heavily on the fence of like if I go PC or PS5 for it.
Okay.
For me, it's Baldur's Gate 3 because I didn't play it till 2024, but I love
That's
it.
Great
fair.
choice.
Yeah, it's a fucking amazing game.
Oh, I know my pick. Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Yes.
Nice.
I didn't get to finish it. I was very close because PS Plus took it off, and I was
That's
very
fair.
upset.
That is fair.
Dude, I hate that. They're just like you're like, bro. I'm in
I
the
was
middle
so
of this.
invested, and I come back after like a trip or something like that, and I come back and it's like, no, you can't play this. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So sad.
I'm gonna throw a Halo Infinite up there. As a big Halo fan, like when they had their content droughts and it was just not fun to play. Like even I like wasn't playing it, but this year they've been pretty consistent with like having new operations and like new maps and weapons and stuff come out on a consistent basis. So if you like Halo, it's been pretty consistent in terms of like new stuff to do every month. So shout out to Halo.
Okay.
So
Nobody else played
I
a game
only-
that came out in this year.
Yeah, the only one that I can even think of that I played that it was Far Cry 6.
Interesting.
Of all the games, and it was just because it was on fucking Game Pass, and I was
It was added earlier this year. Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
don't blame you.
Game's not bad. I liked the game. It was a good one. It was a good one. Solid Far Cry game.
I was gonna say, was it just like all of them?
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
I mean, I fucking love Far Cry 5, but I just, liked killing religious zealot Americans. So
Well, that was what I was gonna say. Like, I really liked the whole like theme of it, except the fact that the world was so empty.
fair. I mean, it was Montana, so
Also fair.
That's just Montana.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, honestly, I don't know. Persona 5 Royal, because I played that again for the 10th time this year while I was waiting for Metaphor to come out. Or no, I was waiting for Persona 3 Reload to come out.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, you know what? One that I literally just finished up yesterday. Case of the Golden Idol.
Oh.
Yeah. Point and click puzzle game.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh.
Yeah. It's on Game Pass right now, so it's on Xbox Game Pass right now if you want to try it out. Because I saw it on there and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about this. Let me try it out. And then literally 5 hours later, I was on the second to last chapter. And I was like, oh, Indiana Jones is available. Let me finish this up real quick. You know, I think Mike, his is Armored Core 6.
I've heard
the game that I bought.
It.
The game that I bought on release and didn't bother like finishing until a month ago.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome. That's good.
Big brain
I
move.
haven't finished it. I still haven't finished it.
Oh man, it's.
So I love
worth
out
it.
your Gundam fantasy. Play that game.
Yeah,
so
it
good.
Really is. That and also Fallout 4. Like,
let's go, dude.
Wait,
yeah, like that
New
was
Vegas,
one. Like,
would you say?
I mean, oh no, I played the shit out of New Vegas before.
How do you not, man?
Yeah. So I mean, no, 4 was one I've owned it. It's just one like I would like put an hour or two into and then just not come back to it for, months at a time. Be like, shit, where was I? Time to start over.
Dude, so you're just always like, how many times do you see the nuke drop? Come on now.
God, too many. But then,
Maybe a couple hundred times, but that's because I play 76, and that's the whole point of that game.
It really is just nuking Appalachia. No, then I moved down to my girlfriend's house and I just brought my PS4 and some games, and that was one of them. And that I just started playing the shit out of it. So, so that was
awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody else with a not 2024 game of the year?
I think I was trying to look through my games to see what I played this year that didn't come out this year. Because I was gonna say the Outlast Trials, but that technically didn't release until this year. So
was that in early access last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then, because I remember like I saw like the Kind of Funny guys were playing it a lot, either earlier this year or late last year, and then I just saw that it came out recently or something, like more recently, and I was like, wait, is that like a sequel or what? So with it being early access, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like my 5th most played game now. But if we're not going to count that, because it actually did come out this year, I would say one that I just discovered this year that had already come out, Happy's Humble Burger Farm, I thought was a really interesting game. It's an indie horror. I'm going to ignore that. I swear a vapor's trying to mess me up right now. I have a crab rape happening in my ears right now. So basically, it's hard to really explain what that game is about without like having you play it. But there is some kind of like simulation type thing, I guess, like involved. I don't know. Trying to not spoil too much either, but there's some interesting aspects to the game where not everything is as it seems at first. It's a really like creepy game. The graphics look like how a lot of indie horror games look. Like they're not like top tier graphics, but I think that really actually lends itself to the game. Kind of like with mouthwashing, how that wasn't like, like super detailed like graphics, but it was artistic almost in its own way.
Yeah,
that really lent itself to the atmosphere of the game. So that game apparently, Happy's Humble Burger Farm came out in 2021, and I discovered it and played it this year. And that one actually, I feel like I thought about that game for a little while after, kind of like how mouthwashing, I don't know about you guys, but when you guys played that, like how that kind of had me thinking for a little while afterwards about that game still.
It sticks with you.
Okay. Oh, really quick, before we get too much into this, because I was thinking about games, I was like, oh, what didn't come out this year? And then I thought of a game that did come out this year that I really loved. And then that made me think of something that I really hate about Brett, that Mike will also hate about Brett.
I love this trajectory.
Wow.
Wait,
took a turn.
What'd I do?
Yeah.
That's what didn't you do, brother?
Fuck Liverpool, you cunt.
Hey, we're winning the Premier League. We're in the Champions League. So
you ain't winning Champions League, you fucker. You're probably winning the Premier League, but
yeah, that's
hate
to say it.
Yeah, but we're winning Europe. Okay, who cares if it's the Conference League that's made for the team that's the third best team in fucking Bolivia? We're winning that shit. Okay. All right, so
Sports ball.
Mike.
Yes.
Mike has a list here. Mike, can you put it in the Discord chat, by the way?
Yeah, let me do that
because
real quick.
I can't do shit with my Discord or else it'll fuck up everything on here. So Mike, go ahead and tell us what we're doing here at the Game Awards.
Alrighty.
The 25 of us here that are going to the Game Awards.
The 1,800 of you strong that are going to the Game Awards. So I just like when people yell out something completely random at an event. Like, it doesn't have to do with anything. Throw this in the right Discord server. Jesus. That would have been bad.
I'm not doing it.
Is it going to be like
I'm
when a
not
golfer
yelling.
tees off and after they hit the ball and they'll yell like mashed potatoes or something like that?
Well, so in the chat here, I just dropped the Google Doc and also a video for reference. Yeah, I don't want you doing this like sing-songy. I want you like screaming this like you desperately need somebody to hear this so you live.
Oh,
That's
I
kind of-
got you.
Yes.
I'm not sitting next to Sarah.
Oh,
I
Sarah.
will yell Jason for sure.
Yes.
Jason!
I'm not
Jason!
wearing hockey pads from that Batman skit.
So does that have to be during
That
the
is the
show or
first
just
thing-
while
Oh,
we're
yes.
down there?
During the show.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, Jason could be Jason Schreier. He's usually the JW lobby, so I could yell at him.
I mean, if
I'm
you
not
want to yell
wearing
at Jason
hockey pads.
Schreier, by all means, yell at Jason Schreier. You know.
I have a question. Do you
Yes.
have to yell all of these or just one of these?
You can yell as many or as few as you would like.
So
You
he
don't have
just
to yell
doesn't.
anything?
Question:
Yes.
why isn't banana bread at fucking work, dude? Why is that not on the list?
Because I
It
threw
looks
this
like
thing
it's getting added.
Yeah, I was about to say. Like,
Banana
this is an
bread
editable
at-
document.
It's just a
I'm
I'm
prank.
not wearing hockey
Oh,
pads.
it's just a prank hand.
It's just a prank hand.
Amazing. Yeah, so feel free to add this. I'm going to be streaming the Game Awards over on my channel. I will be wearing a tuxedo t-shirt, getting wildly drunk, and opining, but I hope to hear one of you, or all of you, yell one of these things. That's my goal for the evening. I know it's not going to happen.
Do a barrel roll.
But in my heart of hearts,
I've had
But in my
enough
heart of
drinks,
hearts-
so I'll start yelling.
If they announce anything Kingdom Hearts, I do believe I'm on fire. I will scream that at the top of my lungs.
Perfect. I love this. All right.
I'm too shy.
I was in the corner
so it
chair.
Probably won't happen.
You know what?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Wait, I could do Jason. Like if that's like a heavy rain reference.
Yes, it is.
That's
Jason.
Yep.
Where is he?
Jason.
Yeah.
Actually, if anybody types Jason in my
Jason.
chat, that sound happens.
Jason.
Amazing.
It's just a prank hand. Kiss or die. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
There's an arrow in your butt.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's a
numbers,
reference to
Jason.
something
What do
or
you
if I'm just supposed to
mean?
yell at somebody.
Yeah.
The numbers.
Yeah. I mean, frankly, you know what? If it's been that kind of magical day and people have just been pouring drinks down your throat and you want to yell this at somebody random, do it.
All right,
Just
here are the nominees for Games for Impact. This is my favorite store in the Citadel.
Oh,
My dog did not like that.
well,
Sorry,
to be
Puppy Face.
fair,
He doesn't like a lot of things.
yeah.
Yeah, that is Mike's
Extra life
challenge
with
for
it.
all of us. And for, anybody else that's watching, if you're at home, just start yelling things out. Who cares?
Yeah,
It's fun.
whatever.
You own the
screaming.
house.
Banana bread.
Yeah, we're a podcast, not your parents. We can't
Yeah.
tell you what to do.
You just strongly suggest.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. All right.
All right.
So these are two apparently different fucking categories.
Action adventure.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
So it's like
That Slash is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yep.
Yeah.
take out the best action game and just do the action adventure.
They're live.
As well.
Best action game, Helldivers.
Yeah.
Play it, but Black
Yeah.
Myth? Do you think Black Myth has a chance at this?
I
Possibly
think
this
it
one.
does.
I
Yeah.
hope so, dude, because I want it to win
I-
at least something.
Yeah, it needs to win something.
I
Like-
think the optics.
No,
of
it
Black
is going
Myth-
to win something. It's going to win Player's Voice Award.
Yeah, I think that. I think the optics of Black Myth are too problematic for it to win.
I haven't seen anything about it, so I don't know.
It's
The
less about the
developer is
game, more about
very
the studio.
misogynistic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of news stories before the game came out, and so I think
That
the
is
optics
unfortunate.
of it winning is like becomes shaky.
Yeah, but when you think about the way that
It-
the
it
gaming
did.
community is very male dominated and how it's also a very misogynistic community, not all the time, but in a lot of places, a lot of us girls that have played online games, we all have experienced some of that. Yes. Who knows? Maybe still has a good chance.
There's a reason why it got nominated a bunch in different categories. So
Yeah.
There's a lot of men out there who don't give a shit.
Name 5.
Ironic you say
No,
no.
Oh, you
Chad.
know, dudes, name 1.
5 men, easy.
Yeah.
Name 5 males. Action game. So the difference here is action game is essentially the combat. Action adventure is more of the exploration. So instead of just best exploration in a game, action adventure. That's okay. Yeah. Action for me, I played 2 of these for probably about 3 hours combined. And that's Helldivers 2 and Warhammer, and they both felt fine to me.
I've only played Helldivers and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's the same.
Helldivers.
I only played Helldivers,
But-
so that's what I voted for in that one.
Fair.
I've never
Yeah.
played any of these.
You
I don't
played Black
remember
Ops
what I
6.
voted for.
I've only played the multiplayer.
I mean, that's got
Not
action in it, right?
Yeah.
That is-
The
The
multiplayer-
multiplayer in Black Ops 6 is the action, Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
But I mean, it'd be cool to see Stellar Blade get an award.
Yeah.
I know the combat was all right. I don't think it was like blowing anybody's brains away, or like even Wukong, just because I think the combat I saw from what I seen in the combat, it did look good. I know aside from the not good things coming out of there, but
Mhm.
in terms of if we're just looking at the game as a whole, then that's kind of where I would be sitting.
All right, and then best action adventure. This is more along like, honestly, a lot of this besides maybe Outlaws. Well, actually, and Silent. You know what? Never mind. You know what? Fuck it. Action adventure. Astrobot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it to Astro.
2 to win, but it'll probably end up being Astrobot, I think. I didn't play
I-
any of the other ones, but I like Silent Hill 2 a lot, and I don't usually like
So
action.
with Silent Hill 2, how are and I haven't played the original or this new one. So I think the reason this got nominated here is more for like the environmental and like the puzzle aspects. How would you rate those? Like, not like on a 1 to 10, but like, were they good? Were they engaging?
Silent Hill 2 was, like I said, like I don't usually like action games,
Mhm.
and to me, like I hadn't played any Silent Hill or Resident Evil games until this year because of that reason, and I ended up shilling out all that money for Silent Hill 2 and was pleasantly surprised. I got my ass kicked. Got a certain ending that you get when you get your ass kicked too much ending.
The dog one?
No.
No.
It's the one of the easiest ones to get.
Fair.
Tends to be people's first one. So I got that one. And I don't know, just the story actually completely surprised me. As somebody who was walking into the franchise brand new, knew nothing about James. One of my friends clipped me because towards the start, he was like being really nice to like that guy who's like hiding in his bathroom, and he's like, that dead body out there wasn't me. That guy?
Mhm.
Well, he's being really nice. And I was like, oh, I want James to take care of me. And then, well, I learned later on more about Chris that I don't want him to take care of me. So, I mean, overall, it was an enjoyable game. You know, and I'm not really usually a big fan of combat and stuff like that, and it was very combat heavy for me, but still a lot of fun. The story was great.
Brett is
see
voting for
Zelda
Star Wars
winning
Outlaws.
here.
I hope not. No, I'm just kidding.
You could see Zelda winning here?
I
No,
can
I
see
guess-
Zelda winning here.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I haven't played it, so I don't.
I haven't either.
I haven't
and
played it
bought
either,
it.
but everyone who has played it has really praised the puzzle mechanics and like the creating the different items throughout the world. I like the only one I've played is Astro. Well, I played in Silent Hill 2. I feel like I'm maybe in the minority. I have a hard time going with like remakes in these awards because I feel like they already came out. So they had such a different base to start with than other games. I think it's maybe a unfair starting position.
Just
I
like
mean-
in terms of like a bit of an advantage type thing, like Silent Hill as
Yeah.
an example.
But you could make the same conversation with movies, right? Like when A Star Is Born comes out for the
Yeah, I
eighth
agree.
time.
I agree with movies as well.
Yeah, so
Brett, you were trying to get her there, and she's like, "Yeah, I agree."
I was like, no, I also feel the
Damn.
same way.
no, I was just saying like for movies, yeah, those win awards all the time, right? So
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah, I think Astrobot will probably win, but I think it would be really cool to see Prince of Persia win.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I've
Yeah, I
heard
mean,
and seen a lot
Astrobot.
of good things for Prince of Persia.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it got incredible reviews. It apparently just didn't sell.
Didn't they do
And-
something weird where they're like you have to play it on the Ubisoft launcher, and so no one wanted to do that? And
Well, that's the thing is Ubisoft launcher fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
And that's like the unfortunate thing. We could have a conversation about the industry. Is just how execs ruin the performance of their own damn games.
Yeah.
Well, that's why now it's about to be sold off to like a million different places.
Well, Toby, Dakota, y'all like any of these games?
Yeah,
I got
you
nothing on any of them.
Fair play. Fair play.
Fair play.
All right, then. So, really quick, before Mike asks this next question, because I did have to change the wording of it. Brett, shut the fuck up.
Damn, Brett, you're just after Brett.
Strays.
Once he reads it, I think you'll understand.
Stray. He lined him up.
Do we need to be like? Do we need to have like an intervention for you two? Like,
No, Brett, I love you, but your background picture is this question. So, all right, Mike, go ahead.
All right. The Spike Video Game Awards had multiple celebrity hosts during its 10-year run. Can you name one that is not Joel McHale?
I literally added that during this episode because of Brett's background.
That's so funny.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Madeline.
Madeline.
I feel like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep. Four-time host
times.
Samuel L. Jackson.
oh,
That's
Wow.
crazy.
good
Yes.
job, Alan.
And, I mean, technically, Joel McHale did not host the Spike Video Game Awards.
No.
He hosted VGX, which was the last year of them, and they changed the name to VGX.
Well,
some-
so this was like not Spike, but it wasn't.
No, it was still the
Like-
Spike Game Awards, and it was on Spike. They just changed the name to VGX
Okay.
for some fucking
Video
reason.
game experience.
Yeah. So Samuel L. Jackson 4 times, Zachary Levi, who has now gone off the deep end, Neil Patrick Harris, Jack Black, Snoop Dogg, who is going to be there this year. We
Yeah,
learned
no,
that.
we get to watch him perform. Hopefully, I get to smoke some weed with him.
And
You know, I honestly would not put it past him if he was just in the JW, just kind of hanging out.
Dude, I'll tell them all about my trick, man. The Red Bull edible trick.
There it is.
Oh boy, not that again.
But here's the thing: is
Sorry for that.
you're not allowed to go to sleep. You have to stay awake for it. Like,
Maybe I did it in the wrong order. Yeah.
well, you did. I think you did the Red Bull first. You might have to do it second.
Yeah.
does anybody want to try to guess who the other celebrity host is? Because I guarantee no one's going to guess it.
Nope.
Maybe Brett is.
I'm
Brett?
gonna try.
Jim Tasty. Is it Snoop Dogg?
No, I already said Snoop Dogg.
We already said
Oh, okay,
Snoop
never
Dogg.
mind.
Like, is
That's
this
why.
for this
That's why we
year?
literally were just talking about Snoop Dogg.
No.
Oh, I thought he's everywhere, man. He's doing
He is.
Fortnite.
He is.
Commercials.
He's on side quest.
He is
bro.
on
Can
side
I
quest.
clarify
Is
the
it-
question?
Fuck. Who is?
So-
What was the?
Who else is
Was it
hosting this
Spike
year? Or
Lee?
who else?
No,
is
whoever
hosting
hosted the
The
Spike video
host-
game. There was one other host. I think it was actually in the first year.
And it
Of the
wasn't.
Spike Video Game Awards.
It wasn't Spike Lee, right? Like the guy who did like
Sarah.
the.
I
No.
mean, that'd be great.
Sarah, what do you got?
It was me.
Is it George Lopez?
I wish.
No.
That'd be
That's a
fucking
great
awesome.
answer.
Are you kidding me?
Amazing though. Love the energy.
I don't even know if this will
Devin,
help.
Is it
A
The
former-
Rock?
A former
Nope, not
SNL
The Rock.
cast member.
Is it
what?
A
Charisma.
former
Andy-
Saturday Night Live.
Andy Samberg.
No.
Crystal.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Somebody say Kurt Russell?
Yeah, noted SNL star Kurt Russell.
Tracy Jordan?
No, that would have been great though.
Yeah.
Tina Fey.
That's also Tracy Jordan is his character in 30 Rock. That is Tracy Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah. But, I mean, 30 Rock's incredible.
It is.
Brett?
Will Forte. Will Forte.
No.
Nope.
All of these answers are better than the actual answer of David Spade.
And all these answers are also too recent. So,
yeah.
Oh,
Seth Meyers.
God. Pauly Shore? Like, who are we?
nope.
How
He
old
said
are we
David
talking?
Spade.
Yeah, I said David Spade.
I was gonna say
David
Spade.
Spade.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's-
Mm-hmm.
I
Dang,
forgot
bro.
he existed.
Dickie
Dude,
Roberts,
Cusco,
former child
dude.
star. Yeah.
That guy's my emperor.
I
Dude.
think you mean Joe Dirt.
There
That's
it
true.
is.
That's true.
I am him modern day.
You don't have the mullet anymore, though.
So
I mean, it takes a pair of buzzers.
I got these two together because they involve real people. Best performance, Heisman was robbed. So,
Agreed.
Best performance.
I can
Anybody?
only speak on the adaptation, so I'm gonna skip.
Yeah.
performance.
Again, I haven't played any of these games, so I'd like to think they all did fairly well if they've been nominated. So I'm gonna go with for my boy Wiggles, Humberly Gonzalez.
I mean, that's who I voted for.
Yeah.
Reasons.
I think I ended up probably voting for what's his name?
Oh my god.
Luke or whatever.
Luke Roberts.
But I mean, yeah, I gotta say, for me, I mean, if they use like his portrayal, which it seems the appearance seems to be pretty, there. So, I mean, for me, like I said, the character was very compelling to me. For somebody with a blank slate, knowing nothing going into the game, I don't know, there was just these deeper layers that I got to discover because he was actually a multifaceted character that was portrayed in a way that was not one-dimensional. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's why I voted that way.
Yeah.
I voted Brianna White just because I think she's an amazing voice actress, especially as Aerith. But I also could see.
I mean, she ain't no Mandy Moore. That's for goddamn sure.
But I could definitely see. I'm not sure how she says it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Melina.
Melina Juergens.
Yeah, I think she does an amazing job as Senua. Like, she puts a lot of effort into that performance. So if she won, I honestly wouldn't be like upset.
Yeah. Anybody else with a thought on the best performance?
No.
Before I go into my favorite thing that I've heard about the best adaptation nominees that I've ever heard.
Yeah, I like Humberly, but I'm a
Okay.
big Star Wars fan, so
Yeah.
she did good.
So, best adaptation. The best thing that I heard about this category was on a stream from somebody on this panel of 1,500 people named Madeline Stanley. When she went over all these nominees with her husband X, who said, you can't vote for Arcane as the best adaptation because it's great and League of Legends is horse shit, so how could it be adapting League of Legends?
Which is true.
Whoa! Ty?
A mystery guest.
Yeah, this is my friend Ty. Ty, we are recording a podcast. Welcome in, my friend.
Oh, okay. I'll do it.
Ty, the maker of the shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ty, I'm wearing your shirt. Yay. Oh, he's gone
Yay.
now. That is the tie, though. That is the tie.
Yes.
So,
Very nice.
Yeah.
Also a streamer, streams Deathbox Ty.
Yep. Follow him.
Nice.
Watch him. He needs, I think, the only thing he's missing for affiliate is the people watching at the same time.
Yeah, like the concurrent viewers.
He's got the followers, he's got the stream dates and everything. It's just the concurrent viewers. So Deathbox Ty, go ahead and follow him, watch him. He plays a lot of Diablo, a lot of Path of Exile 2 right now is what he's playing, I believe. So yeah, and he's just a great human being. So adaptation.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, I voted for Fallout myself.
Same.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I
Same.
I voted for Fallout because at the time I had not watched Arcane Season 2 yet, but I wouldn't necessarily change my vote. I think either way. I think it's between those two, honestly, and I think either one deserves it.
I mean, Arcane's obviously beautiful, gorgeous, like amazing animation, amazing acting and everything. But even if you're just going by season 2, which was like a little rocky in my opinion, even though it was awesome, it felt like a bit rushed to come to the end. And then also, like, I don't feel like it's a very faithful adaptation of how you play League of Legends. Whereas I feel like Fallout, the show, is like, that felt like I was playing Fallout. And what an immersive show.
Yeah, like there were scenes in Fallout where I'm watching it and I was like, when they meet up in the town where dude gets his leg blown off. Philly.
Wait, I haven't seen it.
Sorry, it's like episode 2, but
okay.
yeah, it's like really early on.
Wait, I'm about to see it now.
No, like obviously watch
good.
it. It's incredible, but there's a scene in a little town called Philly where the main character you can tell that she's like trying to talk her way out of a situation and try to talk people down. And I watched that and I was like, oh, this is like if I'm playing a character with low charisma and I'm trying the speech checks and I'm fucking missing all of them. You know, like
it's 5%. You're like, well, it's the only option I want to go. Yeah.
Well,
give it the old college try, you know.
It's like 20% success rate. Fuck
yeah.
Just a 1 in 5 chance.
I will say either way, Ella Purnell is winning, so good for her.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
God, she's great. All right, so does anybody play cozy games here?
I dabble.
If Fortnite is a cozy game, then I'd probably say yeah.
Lego Fortnite.
Lego Fortnite could be cozy.
I mean, no, it's not. That's not what I like about cozy, though. You know, I just want to.
What? Have to come out this year?
Sure, I don't know.
Call of Duty.
So like,
Let's say Fields of Mystria.
Yeah, I haven't really played much cozy games this year,
Dex.
but just from
Dex, go get Drea. Ask her.
Okay.
Vegas, what was that game you were playing with Kat? Palia?
Gosh. Palia.
Or I guess you could count. Would you count as Ale and Tail Tavern like a cozy game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also played Fruit Bus, which was pretty cute and cozy. If you haven't played that, very cute.
Was that it's like a food truck thing?
Yeah, you make fruit bowls and sell them and pick fruit.
I'll throw one in there. Web fishing.
Yes.
Okay.
Web fishing is a solid cozy game. It's
That's
just
the-
Animal
Completely forgot
Crossing
about that.
fishing.
Ooh.
With your homies.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen you guys play it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good one. I'd agree with that.
Can you see if there's any that I played that came out this year? Cozy.
Yeah, I didn't play very
Sorry,
many.
my buddy Ty just texted me an apology for hopping in here.
Why?
As he should.
Tell him to make us feel better. He should send us a topless photo.
Yeah.
Do you want to see his ass? Because I've got multiple pictures of his ass.
Okay.
You had me at ass.
It's the last word that I said.
That's
You can just show us in person. We don't need those out.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I can easily do that. He's got a great ass too. He's got a lot of tattoos. Great tattoos.
Got a great ass.
All right, Dex.
I would click show chat, and then all of a sudden there'd be an ass, and I probably shouldn't do that yet.
Dre is sleeping, so that's
Dre is sleeping. So all right. Well, then apparently all the cozy games are super cozy for Drea.
So for me, I would say Fields of Mystery.
Yeah, I know a lot of people
Not
played
really.
Fields of Mystery. A lot of people like that one. Yeah, best score and music and best audio design. Oh.
I think score and music, I gotta either go Astro or Final Fantasy.
For me, it's not at 7.
I feel like
Easy.
Final
I can't hear anybody
Fantasy,
right now. My headphones.
like the fact, like alone that you can go to like an orchestrated performance that's all Final Fantasy music. Like this shit's so good.
Metaphor score is really good too.
Yeah, I haven't played Final Fantasy, but I've listened to this score. So I guess that says something.
I wanted to mention that while I was playing Silent Hill 2, I actually noticed how the music in the game contributed to the feel of the stuff that was happening. Like when you get into combat with different like enemies, there would be kind of like different sounds that would happen. Not just like sound effects, music. And I noticed that while I was playing. I was like, huh, this is really clever. I actually really liked that. The music completely added to the game. It wasn't just to have music in the background, you know what I mean?
This is not 2024 technically, but or for these wars.
No,
but
it is 2024.
I got to
but-
shout out Indiana Jones's score. It is so freaking good that
Can't
I
wait to
thought
get
it
into
was.
it.
I thought it was John Williams doing it, or like his music, and it's someone else. It's like a different guy who took some of the themes and stuff. But you have to like make it dynamic because it's a game, so you're going to be doing stuff at different times, you know. But yeah, Indiana Jones's music is really good. So hopefully he gets nominated next year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like right out of the nomination window. So
Yeah. Why aren't these awards in like March, like the Oscars? What's going on?
It sucks because it feels like the end of the game, like end of the year games, kind of like, wouldn't they get kind of shafted because they wouldn't come out next year, so they wouldn't be allowed to be counted, and then they're too late to be counted this year because the voting already happened, the show already happened.
So,
Yeah, that happens
so
a lot.
Indiana Jones is technically up for the 2025 awards, but then the
because of the
problem
cutoff
is
date.
by the time the votes come out, like, who's going to remember that Indiana
Yeah,
Jones,
there's some recency bias.
wasn't eligible?
Right. True.
Well, I'm hoping
Can I
the
see it?
PlayStation
I see
port just keeps people's interest high for that game.
This
Since,
is
like,
this
older
is
audience
Oliver's
can
favorite
get
toy.
access to it.
Aw.
Aw, very favorite.
A little lobster guy.
It is named Squeaks.
Hmm.
Does it
Does it?
squeak?
Does it? Yeah, I was gonna ask.
My dog's toys don't squeak after 5 minutes of them receiving it.
They're Squeaks, buddy.
When I
There you
had
go,
a
bud.
dog,
Good job.
that kind of toy wouldn't have lasted. He would like rip it open by the seams and it would be done. I had a great day.
Yeah.
This is the only one of these types of toys that he hasn't done this with because he fucking loves it.
Aw.
Like, this is his favorite toy. His name is Squeaks, and he loves Squeaks.
We squeaks.
So,
Aw, look it.
yeah, I mean, score and music, I voted for Metaphor for score just because of the fucking battle theme.
I haven't heard Metaphor's music. I just know Persona's 5 music's fucking slapped.
You're gonna hear Metaphor's fucking music in the goddamn Game
Oh yeah,
Awards.
the symphony, like when they do the whole thing. Oh, dude,
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
it's gonna be so good.
I hope they get the
I
rapping
also-
monk.
Astrobots is really good. Like the composer Kenneth Young is just fantastic. I've read a bunch of his like blog posts about how he creates the music for Astro, and the thought that he puts into it, it's so good.
Yeah. So, score and music, and then audio design is the actual, the audio in the game, not necessarily music, but just the audio in the game, which I always do see a shooter in this category, just because of the Foley
Record
work
the sounds of each of those damn bullets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, totally right, because like when the shooting is right, oh my gosh, does it make a difference?
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
Dude, and you can pay extra to get even better audio. So
That's
Can
horseshit.
you really?
yeah. Yeah.
That's awful, and I hate that.
Is it like DLC or is it what? How?
They
like
do
a
like
Dolby
a
thing?
custom ear profile. Like they like put something in your ear or something to like.
Oh, is this why we were
Finds
supposed
them.
to send our ear pictures to Mark Cerny?
No, that was just for his own amusement.
It's like that. No, it's like that though, Madeline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you got to pay for it though.
Are you serious though?
100%.
If you go to Mark Sage's house, he says
Wow.
collages of people's ears.
He wants ear pics. Yeah.
Who, by the way, Ty heard us talking about pictures of his ass. He said, tell them to check my Instagram. Calendar's coming out soon. So,
Oh. Perfect gift for Christmas.
every year.
My grandma is gonna love this.
For all your loved ones.
I think my brother Liam would love it.
Let's go.
He's got a nice ass. Okay.
I mean, you got photos of it, so I believe
I
you.
do. I've got plenty.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mike, I believe we are on the last trivia question. This one's a hard one.
Question
This one's
number
a hard one.
5.
Here we go.
Video games. Name one.
Madeline.
Sarah.
No, Madeline said first.
Great.
Madeline said first.
All right.
Metaphor Refantazio.
That's the only correct answer. Yep. Sarah, though, if you want to try.
I was just gonna say Fortnite.
Yeah.
Mike, are we going to accept that?
Yep.
We're accepting that one too? Okay, Sarah also gets a point. Yeah.
Are you naming any video game?
What did the... Mike, read the question again so Dex can hear it.
Video games.
Yep.
Name one.
Okay, Devin, Kingdom Hearts.
All right.
There we go.
Charisma.
Last trials.
All right.
I didn't hear the name, so I don't know who said that, so that one doesn't count.
That means I get your point.
Yep.
Charisma, Dino Crisis 2.
Yeah, I heard it.
There we go. Oh, did you hear Kim's name?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, yeah, fuck me then.
Kim, you can have your point back. Here you go.
Yeah, you can. You can have it back. You get it back. You get it back.
Just throws it at her like, you catch this, you know?
Dakota, Concord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Ooh, that's half a point.
Does that even
Brief,
count?
brilliant.
Concord.
For a moment in time, it was a
It's not a
game.
game anymore. It's just a memory.
Exactly.
Concord is a friends with me along the way.
I know it's gonna be on my PlayStation wrap. I know it's gonna be. Or maybe they'll hide it. Maybe Sony will hide it.
No,
Look at that puppy.
you'll be the top 1% in Concord players.
Oh, look at that.
Top 1%.
Star of the show.
I got a puppy too, but I locked her out.
I did the same with mine.
Mine won't come in my
Too
room.
loud.
Oh.
I mean, like, I get it, Sarah.
Hey, buddy, I'm doing a thing. I love you though. And I'll keep giving you pets over here.
We all love you, Ollie.
We do. He doesn't love anybody else though. Okay. Best art direction, best narrative. Narrative. This category makes me upset.
Do you want to talk about it first?
Sure. What the fuck is Silent Hill 2 doing here? It's not a narrative from 2024. It's the same fucking narrative from the original.
You're talking about like the remake
I don't
part.
think remake should be in here.
Like for narrative specifically, Rebirth.
Just think of it as a DLC to the original.
No, dude, because then we're
I
gonna
don't
get into
think
the
DLC
whole.
should be in here either.
It should not be.
Like narrative specifically, Rebirth. Rebirth I get because it is doing something kind of different, even though it's covering part of the same story, but it is still like, hey,
It's
you're in this.
expanding on all this stuff too, isn't
Exactly. Silent Hill 2 is a remake of Silent Hill 2, which incredible game. I'm not going to argue against that. But it's the same narrative.
Yeah, like it's the exact same story. There's no.
Just saying, there's only one game here that's not a sequel or a remake.
And that is
just weird that
Metaphor
there's no new
Refantazio.
narratives.
Yeah. Sequels, I mean, I'm fine with sequels because it's
just
typically
it's
a new game,
different.
new
Yeah,
narrative.
it's a
They
new
could've
chapter,
updated
you know,
it
which is
to be
it's a new
better.
narrative. But I mean, I kind of, I get where you're, coming from, where you're building upon something that's already there. Whereas, in this case, like Metaphor is the only one that's narrative wise, on its own. But it is obviously built upon the Persona games. But art direction.
Art direction. There's some pretty ass games out there.
Yeah,
for real.
Beautiful games.
So if you're voting on art direction, which everybody here is able to, you can go to the Game Awards website. You can vote for these. I think for another day or so. What if you're looking at the art direction award? What are you voting on? Are you voting on just the graphics? Are you voting on maybe the HUD? How things work? Are you voting on, this is 60 FPS, so it looks clear to me? Like what are your kind of things that you're thinking about for art direction specifically?
I don't think it should be graphics. That's not really art direct. Art direction to me is like fonts, color choices, color palettes, the design of each character, what they're wearing, how they're animated, all of those things all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
How
I
they
guess
interact with each other.
I think of like the style of the game,
Mm.
like their art style.
Okay.
I do think about how the game looks, like in the overall scope. I also do enjoy like if the game is smooth. Like for me, that does I feel like aid the art style. Like playing Spider-Man at 60 frames up as opposed to 30, it does feel nicer and look nicer to me.
It also does say technical achievement, so what do I know? It does say to consider the technical aspects. So
Oh, it does, yeah.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, you have a good point.
Yeah. Owen Jesus says he can see Neva taking this one.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, after playing Neva yesterday, I think Neva is probably one of the best art in games this year.
Okay.
The only game in this that I don't really like, but I guess it's more of just a personal preference. I don't think that Black Myth Wukong looks good, but I think it's just I don't like the style that they chose. I don't like the aesthetic of it at all.
Totally
I'm not
fair.
saying it's technically bad or that it's not a good
Because art is so
achievement.
subjective,
It's just personal
right?
to me. I don't
100%,
think it's
100%,
pretty.
yeah.
That might look absolutely beautiful to one. I think that both Elden Ring and Black Myth Wukong are very dark and not visually pleasing to me. But
I think the
Go
biggest
ahead.
thing for me whenever it comes to the art direction is how well it can set up like the storyline or like all of the backstories without any of the sound effects and without any of the dialogue. Because I know for me personally, I get really overwhelmed with sounds and zone out a lot. So then if like the picture itself is able to convey what the story is trying to get across, then that works really well for me.
Okay.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, it's a really good way to look at it.
Like, yeah, if you're playing it on mute, you still get so much world and storytelling and world building from just the way it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally like the way Black Myth Wukong looks. It kind of gives me the vibes.
Nobody asked you, Brayden. Shut up.
Continue, Brayden. Ignore Mr. Ross.
I just think like especially with some of these games, because like you look at beautiful games like Metaphor. I kind of comparing it to like if you look at Zelda 2 or Zelda Wind Waker to Zelda Twilight Princess, very different art styles, very different color tones and everything like that. And I feel like they're both still great games. So that's where I see Black Myth looking great. I do like I feel like things where like the character the fur on his face moves really well and plays and does well and does cool things and shit like that. Where like Astrobots, that's just a super adorable game. Like it just gives you like the moment that game is turned on, I feel like a kid again, just playing like a fun ass game, and like I feel immediately immersed. Like and like best part is there really is no dialogue in that game. You just play it.
Yeah, Astrobot, I mean, not even necessarily on the art direction tip, but I think when we talked about it on the podcast a little while ago, like Astrobot is just, for me, it's just a video game.
It is though.
Like it's you pick up the controller, you look at it, and you're like, oh yeah, and you're doing whatever you need to do, because it is just everything that you need to know about the game you see on the screen. Yeah. And you know exactly what to do, where to go, everything. Which could, tie back to the art direction, because there's nothing in Astrobot that is really blocking you from like, oh, what am I supposed to do here? Occasionally you've got to like, you're searching for a puzzle piece or for one of the missing bots, and then you're kind of looking around. But for the most part, if I were to boot up, I mean, Mike, during our Extra Life stream, we booted up Astrobot, and one of the things that we did was I gave Mike the controller for Astrobot. He had never played it. And we went to like the final challenge level. And I was like, here, play this. Try to beat the level. He didn't beat it. He did great, but like was there anything in that game besides, trying to figure out kind of where to go and like, well, when to jump this and kind of the timing of things, like, was there anything in the game that kind of blocked you from knowing how to fucking play that game?
No. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty straightforward. Like, just pick up the controller. There weren't a ton of, like, buttons that you needed. So it was very easy to pick up and play and figure out what you needed to do. Figure out the patterns. So.
Do we lose somebody?
No, you just lost my camera. I'm
Wow.
fixing
No. Okay.
I'm fixing it.
Why did it change it just because his camera went away?
No, we
That's
lost
weird.
somebody.
We definitely lost someone.
Lisa,
Oh.
no, Lisa's still there.
No,
No, Dakota.
no, we just lost Dakota's
just
camera.
shut it down.
We didn't,
I
we
Yeah.
shut it
didn't
all the way
lose
down.
anybody.
Yeah.
We didn't
Oh,
lose
it
anybody.
really
Oh.
just it really shifted for
Yeah,
that. That's
it's
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Discord's weird.
Mhm.
If I
So
switch
weird.
back
Guys,
to the
it's been like
screen
this
of just two
forever.
people,
Everybody should know this.
yeah. If I switch back to the screen of just two people right now, it is
Dead
Mike
voice
and Sarah.
people.
So
Okay.
Lisa
Yeah.
said noobs. Come on. Get it together.
Get over
Um,
it.
yeah, best narrative. I mean, this is not really going to be a surprise for anybody listening here. Mine was Metaphor.
It's a common theme, but
Yeah,
I
exactly.
respect it. I respect it though because I've heard nothing but good things about that game.
Yep.
So
Yeah, for me, it's between 7 and Infinite Wealth.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a different narrative from a game that they liked from this year that was maybe snubbed?
Fortnite.
God
yeah,
damn it.
dude, like I really feel like we really got snubbed, man.
I don't think I really played anything that would really fit into this.
Yeah.
Haven't finished it, but I mean, Dragon Age is strong for me so far.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I
I'll
would
give you that one.
agree.
I'll give you that
I
one.
just started it, but
Yeah, I just
I'm
finished it the other day.
liking it so far.
Yeah.
Look, guys,
Yeah,
we're back.
I think Dragon Age in a lot of ways could fit into a lot of these categories, and it's a shame
100%.
that it's not.
It's I think
Not to
just
say that
I might be
should
wrong.
win. I just think it deserves to.
100%. 100%.
nod.
I might be wrong, but I feel like it may have come out just a tad too late for when like the votes and everything came out, because I know the cutoff was like the middle of November, but it came out on October 31st.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a
long
very
game, and
dense
then-
game. It's a lot of game to try to figure out, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. So
You also got to go, like, I know like people don't like to talk about this, but just like the vibes of BioWare have been down for so long, so that even though it's a good game, people just associate BioWare with like Anthem's failure and Mass Effect Andromeda's underwhelming performance and stuff like that. So that carries into the reception of Veilguard,
yeah, it did definitely have to do the heavy lifting of bringing BioWare's kind of reputation back, which I would say for a lot of people,
doing that, though.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it's doing that. For some dumb chud fucks over on Twitter, it's the worst game ever because a character uses they/them pronouns.
But when
people are upset about,
Dude, people get upset about the weirdest
Oh,
Are you
things.
man,
surprised?
like,
Are you surprised that there's people online that are dumb as fuck?
But like my favorite part is that you like if you don't select it, you can it doesn't matter. Like, isn't that crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't click on it, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen in your game. It's crazy.
yeah.
Like,
Whoa.
Yeah, no, it's been such a common thing, especially on Twitter. Just it's this whole movement of this culture war of people.
these chud fucks.
If there's a woman being a lead in the game, if the men don't look if they don't look manly enough,
But if the women
a
look
woman-
too
if a-
manly,
if a-
big
if
enough
a wo-
titties.
if a
Yeah.
woman is
I can get behind that
beating a
one.
man, then it's all these different reasons as to why games suck now, and that the gaming industry is going in the gutter and all this other bullshit.
Too woke.
you know what?
Yeah.
Go and play
Broke, you
ET for the fucking Atari 2600.
Play the damn game and get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
that
die.
Or don't. Nobody's
Um,
making you.
Yeah.
oh man.
All right, so fun one here. What are your silliest Game Awards reveal predictions? This could be something that you'd never think was going to happen, something that you'd fucking love to happen, like Persona 6, because I want a pizza. But,
Kingdom Hearts 4.
okay.
Ooh.
You said what?
Like,
Yeah,
just
Mark
your
Wahlberg.
silliest Game Award reveal predictions,
An
whether it's a new trailer.
unrealistic expectation.
Sure.
So my expectation is that Megan Thee Stallion is going to come on the stage and shake her ass for us for at least 30 minutes.
Oh shit!
I love that.
I like it.
Wait, is other stuff
Like
going to be
a
happening and she's just off to the side?
No,
Just standing up to the side.
like it's just up to the side. Like so, like Jeff Keighley's gonna be like a world premiere, and then it's just
She's going to keep going back to her and she's shaking her ass.
It's
Okay.
just yada,
Okay.
yada, 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 yada.
actually like it'll just be the transition from when they go from like stage to like it'll be like and then it'll be like world premiere.
No, yeah, he's going to be mid-sentence and then you're going to hear an real loud and everybody's just going to scream, okay? Or at least the
think
people
they're
that know
gonna
that it's
have-
Megan Thee Stallion.
Imagine Dragons come out and play Radioactive again, just for old
Oh.
times.
Be 10th anniversary.
My God,
No,
Brett would go
Giant
fucking
up.
crazy.
Enemy? Damn.
Brett would love that. Wait, imagine that's the same band as Coldplay, right? They're the same people.
Yeah.
White dudes playing sad rock,
Wires are
right?
crossing.
Okay.
You can see the smoke.
Brett's like loading the
fuming.
9 mil right now. He's like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm gonna sneak this to LA. Fuck Hawks.
He's gonna keystra it. It's fine. You'll never catch him.
In the prison wallet.
Yeah.
Bro, I always say this for every award or whatever show. Like, Xbox, get off your butts and announce a new Banjo game, man. It's been 7
That's
years
easy
since.
ups for them.
Hey,
It's
Nuts
been
and
7
Bolts
years
was good,
since-
man.
It's solid. It's not a good Banjo game, but it's a solid game. But man, when Crash Trilogy remake came out, everyone's losing their minds. I thought it was an easy layup for Xbox to do the same
Right?
thing with
Yeah.
their stuff, and they have not done that.
Yep.
So
I think it bridged a lot of goodwill that's been lost.
I
over the
think
last
at
year.
this point,
I agree, Dex.
I think at this point, what Xbox, like my craziest Game Awards reveal, would be Xbox coming out and announcing a game that people give a shit about.
Damn.
This ain't the year. This ain't the year.
Like, and I'm someone who I primarily play on Xbox, and I have Game Pass. I fucking love it. I play pretty much everything on Xbox, but like they've got so many IP now with everything that they've purchased.
They're like, we don't need to make
But
anything else.
you're not making any. You're not doing anything that.
Well, it's not even just about necessarily making the games. It's that their direction of how they go about making those games ends up leading to middling feelings or disappointment that I'm not sure why a company like Microsoft can't figure it out, whereas Sony, who's a much smaller company by comparison, can find that success in what actually works.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it really comes down to in a lot of ways, how are they executing on bringing their vision into their games?
wait, what are we talking about? A game that people care about? Is that
No, we're still talking about predictions, but Hawks was just going off about like how he loves Xbox, but he just wish Xbox would really step their fucking game up, like Marcus
They just dropped
PSP.
Indie. They just dropped Indie.
They did, and I'm not saying that they haven't released anything, but it's like you said, like Banjo-Kazooie. They've got, and maybe it's not necessarily games that nobody that people give a shit about because they released Indie. I mean, I love Starfield. They released what was it? What's Aura Untold this year?
Yeah, they had Pentiment like 2 years ago.
Pentiment, yeah, but like
getting tens everywhere.
There's so many just different IP. There's so many things that Xbox could be doing.
They're not putting out a third person action game with a father and daughter or something, whatever.
Which they need to. They need to. I need a God of War-esque game on Xbox.
I'm not even saying it has to be the same type of game that Sony releases. I just think the vision that they're trying to bring out in a game isn't necessarily landing the way they want it to. And so I think in some way, whether that's people directing those games or what, they need to figure out who can actually bring that vision to where it's going to resonate with players. Because while the games may be good, I don't think the Xbox has released anything recently where people are like, holy shit, Xbox is like
besides
at the
Indie.
forefront.
I will say Indie is getting incredible reviews. And Jacob in chat does make a good point. Fable coming out, Perfect Dark. Like, if they came out and they were like, hey, here's a new Fable trailer or a new Perfect Dark trailer, like, that would be the shit. That would be like, okay, here's the thing that people have been talking about and asking for and asking about, and here's some new information on Fable or Perfect Dark.
I do think we'll get a GTA trailer at the awards.
I do think so. It's because it's been a year.
I don't think we do.
Yeah.
I don't think we.
You don't think we do, Dakota?
I think we get one.
Everybody's skeptical about the GTA.
I don't think we get it. I don't think that they're gonna say shit until like 3 months before they're
because
No, they're
usually
gonna say something and then the date's gonna slip again. That's what they always do every time. So
yeah,
I think it would be crazy if they got Rockstar to come out at an event to announce, like, show something, because they don't do that. They don't ever really do that, and it would be awesome if they did. I just won't hold my breath that they will.
No, I don't think people are gonna come. I think it's just gonna be a trailer, like another. trailer.
It'll probably be like another 60-second trailer.
Yeah.
We might get 10 seconds of gameplay, but it's gonna create just like more lore. I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy though.
No, if we see GTA 6 at the Game Awards this year, it's not like here's a GTA 6 reveal trailer with all gameplay and a release date and everything. No, it's
going to be another sizzle trailer. Where
Exactly.
It's like, sexy things in Miami.
Yeah.
We're
Sexy in
crimes.
Miami.
We're committing crimes, but sexy.
But in a sexy way.
Kim is excited
like,
for the new
everything's
Perfect
sexy
Dark.
in Miami.
Sexy Florida man.
Sexy. It's right. Sexy gators.
This is not something that anyone else but me, I think, cares about. But I there's been rumblings about Until Dawn 2, and if that happened at the game Awards, I'm so excited.
Until Dawner.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Be so cool.
Madeline, I already told you what the storyline for that game is going to be.
You did.
Yeah, it's going to be a prequel to Until Dawn, and it's going to be about the Donner Party, and it's going to be called Until Donner, and it's going to end up with the first Wendigos.
You think so? I would
No.
still play the fuck out of that.
I mean, me too.
I would still play too.
Me too.
I have two, I think, predictions. They're both super silly. One of them, Freddie Prinze Jr. will be walking on stage.
Oh my god, no.
Amazing.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Huge gamer.
Yeah, he's a huge gamer, and I just really want to be like, I've seen him IRL, even though I never get near him. My second one is there's going to be a remake, and it's either going to be Dino Crisis 1 or Sly Cooper 1.
Oh, my friend.
And I'm ready. It's okay. I've been looking down the chamber of the barrel for a lot of years. I know it's not coming.
Yeah.
He's like, I know it's not there, but I'm hoping.
It's the same boat as you with Kingdom Hearts 4.
I know. Whenever I say like
Kingdom Hearts 4 has been announced. Okay.
I know 100% like that is probably not going to happen. Like it's probably going to happen at D23 2 years from now or some shit. Like,
wow,
That's
Kim
what I
is
tell
super happy
myself.
that we're not getting Kingdom Hearts 4.
Me too.
Wow,
Because
just
we could
dancing
be getting
about
Dino
it.
Crisis
Horseshit.
1. she's like, fuck Kingdom Hearts, fuck Dino Crisis, oh fuck Freddie Prinze Jr.
Whoa. Gladly.
Whoa. Let's not talk too bad about Freddy.
No, he's a good looking man.
Yeah, he is. He's still married to Buffy. Toby, what's your silly TGA reveal prediction?
I was gonna say a GTA release date, but I know they got touched on already.
That's very silly. So if you want to say that one,
yeah, that's it. Because I am very hopeful, but I'm not confident in any way, shape, or form.
I really do think if we get GTA 6, it is literally just it's another sizzle trailer with just new, probably not even gameplay, just. Here's more CGI shit for you to talk about for the next 6-7 months.
Pretty much.
100%. I wouldn't doubt that at all at this point. But I mean, GTA is still fun.
Maybe we'll get a Bully 2 reveal.
Online update for PS5 Pro.
And like, and I was having a conversation with someone, and I think this is a fair assumption that if you're gonna hope for anything crazy, this is the show to do it, since it being the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Jeff doesn't usually hype up the show in the way that he is. As for all his faults, I feel like he tries to level expectations for the most part, but I feel like he's hyping this one up a lot. So I think
he does. He's always like, "Yeah, it's gonna be fine. You guys should watch it."
But like, I think if you're
the VOD, you're fine.
Yeah, I think if you have a crazy prediction, this is the year to hope for it.
It's happening. Dino Crisis, dude.
Jacob, I love you. Jesus is popping out for the night. He's getting jerky dehydrated.
Bye, Jacob.
Kim.
Bye, Jacob.
Kim, who is Davapor Gamer?
The Vapor Gamer.
The Vapor Gamer. Bloodborne Kart has come out. It had to be renamed, but that is available right now on Steam.
Bloodborne Kart, is that like
you get Bloodborne
a
remaster?
racing?
It's a racing game. I think they had to rename it Nightmare Kart.
But
it did come out.
Like, I would laugh, but also be like, that's so rude. If it's not even a remaster, it's like we're unlocking 60 FPS in base Bloodborne.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right, so we've got 3 more categories, 2 more little slides here, but the first slide. One of these is Game of the Year, and one of these is Game Direction. Which category is which?
Oh. Game of the Year's on the right.
One. Yeah, I
I'm
agree with
seeing
Toby.
a
Good
pattern.
question. None of these are on. None of these are nominated.
These are
Game
Game of the year.
Game of the year is on the right because the text is bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm committing to that.
Yeah, no,
Right
I'm
side.
with you. Right side,
Yeah.
right side.
Right side game
You
of the
know,
year.
I think I think Game of the Year's on the left.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Game of the Year on the left because of where December 12th is placed.
Okay.
Mhm.
They're
It's a little
definitely
higher.
one of them is on one side and the other one's on the other.
Yeah.
Dex is wrong. These are both sound design.
It's the same category. You got them.
Please tell us.
It's
Oh
a
my
fucking
god.
trick question.
It's actually just mirrored.
Yeah.
All right. Lock it in. Lock it in.
Locked in.
Oh.
Game of the Year on the left.
Yeah.
Dude,
Ooh, good job, Sarah.
I was right. One was on one side, the other was on the other.
The other was on the other. I got this.
I don't
I
know
should have thought about
what the difference is between these two fucking categories, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, it's
I mean, at this point, you didn't even have to have the second category.
No, like game direction on like in the Oscars, you got director, best director, and that is like, oh, it's the director of the movie, and it's the named, like honestly, it's like Steven Spielberg or like Catherine Bigelow, but it's Catherine Bigelow of this, Steven Spielberg who did this,
Right.
yeah.
What is the
feel
difference
like
here?
The thing that I key on is creative vision specifically versus overall experience. Where like I would say Kojima is obviously like a very good game director, but I don't always find his games to be overall great experiences, where I would give him a direction award and maybe not a Game of the Year award. That's how kind of I choose it in my mind.
Which that makes sense, but if this was game direction, so-and-so from Team Asobi who did Astrobot, the one fucking person who made Balatro, like, give us their name. But these are the same games, and you're not actually calling out the game director or even the studio.
People, yeah.
It's just
Balatro.
Best game direction, Astrobot. Okay. Okay. It directed me, I guess. I don't know. The fuck?
Yeah, because it almost feels like because they're game of the year, then therefore they must have the best game direction. It just makes the best game direction, I feel like, category.
I think
null
the
and
point
void.
here is that it shouldn't be just the games listed. It should have their names.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be it shouldn't be the same games. It should be the directors.
Agreed.
DeVapor Gamer says it's the second place for whoever doesn't get Game of the Year.
I mean, that's
God,
Yeah.
true.
God.
Yeah.
Fair.
spaced.
Astrobot shouldn't be in game direction from Claw. All
Why
right.
not?
I'm just saying, if I won best game
Like, it's a
direction and
basic
not
3D
Game of the Year,
platformer.
I'd be like, basically, I won game of the year.
What are you talking about? It's probably the best 3D platform we've gotten in a long time.
Yeah.
That's where I think like something like Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, or Metaphor wins best game direction, and Astro wins Game of the Year.
I think something
Because
like that.
as an overall experience, everyone talks about Astro as like the ultimate gaming experience. Like, it's fun, it's easy to play, anyone can play it, it works, it's the best 3D platformer. Like, I feel like that's a good case for it to win best game, but yeah, maybe not necessarily best game direction.
Yeah, fair enough. I can agree with that. Where like you're saying with Metaphor and Final Fantasy, they're taking different approaches. Kind of maybe doing different things. That would stand out and be like, oh, I didn't think you could, you would go this route. But
Okay. So, I mean, Game of the Year, it's the big one. What are y'all thinking? I mean, I voted for Metaphor, and I honestly think Metaphor has a good shot of winning.
I do
No, I
think
can see-
Metaphor has a good shot at winning. I also think Astrobot has a pretty solid shot.
It does,
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Please be Astrobot, please.
as long as it's not the Elden Ring DLC, I'll be pretty happy.
So that being said, I mean, we kind of broached this
conversation now.
this topic earlier, and
I
I said, let's
agree.
hold off until now. But like, DLC as a Game of the Year nominee, yes or no?
No.
No.
That
no.
doesn't
I vote
feel right
no.
to me.
No, not at all.
I think on principle, no, but the fact that with Elden Ring specifically, you have to play like 40 hours of a different experience, a different game to get to it. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Crazy.
also like you can't count that as part of the game itself because it's not part of the.
Exactly.
It's
Like
weird.
I know it's a whole story, and I don't want to dive crazy into it, but like I just don't agree.
Just
I
give it
agree
its
with
own
Claw
category.
with that.
Yeah. Get a
Was that
DLC
Kim?
category.
I say I agree with Claw. They said the same thing just now too.
DLC should be its own category.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Just
should
give
be
it a
DLC.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like because like I love Final Fantasy 7. It's probably my favorite game this year. I would even like because like I'm not even trying to be biased here, but I would even have that be in its own remake category. To have
I think a remake category would be awesome. There's so many remakes coming out these days.
because
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
because like I want to be fair because like I feel like you could make similar arguments about Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth in regards to it not necessarily it's deriving off of an already existing property in a lot of ways of its foundation, and I would even go as far to say like put both in their own categories and let's put kind of these original ideas, these original games, their debut releases into this category.
So then if it's being derived from a different source, would you put Black Myth Wukong in that one too?
Oh, you're talking about because like it's based off like
It's based
Chinese
on a like
mythology?
Chinese mythology story. Yeah.
I'm going based off of video games. Final Fantasy 7 is
Okay.
a video game that exists, and that's the foundation for the remake
Okay.
series.
Okay.
And I totally see where you're coming from, Dex. 'Cause I see where Hawks was coming from too, where they've elaborated more, they've added more, and like they've expanded
No,
on.
yeah, and like I think you could have a deeper discussion. It's just like I can,
Just
if
on
I
the-
want to be fair of saying no DLC, I think I have to be fair in an objective way as to why Rebirth should also be in that conversation, as it's
Fair.
also kind of a thing. Like I want to be fair and not biased.
Totally fair, man. Totally fair.
So I think for the most part, kind of the idea is no DLC in Game of the Year, and potentially no remakes in Game of the Year. Would anybody be opposed to a best DLC or remake category? Not DLC category and remake, DLC/remake category all in one.
I think that gets complicated because DLCs and I mean, Shadow Erdtree is a very sizable DLC, which I think is part of the reason it's getting put in here. But a lot of DLCs are like a couple hours versus a full remake of a game. That's not
Which is
an easy comparison generally.
which is totally fair. Sorry, Kim.
No, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Would you not consider the DLC a game continuation?
I think you could.
Because
I think
isn't there
what you would
already a
have
game
to-
continuation category?
Like
best
ongoing.
ongoing
game.
There's best
game?
ongoing, yeah. Which
Yeah,
fair.
DLC,
But I think a
it
lot
could
of the
be
best ongoing
/
games.
DLC makes more sense than DLC and remake.
Yeah, but I think
yeah,
the best
remake could have
ongoing
its
game, a
own.
lot of those, when you look at them, those are like the online games.
Except for Baldur's Gate 3 isn't there this year, so
Yeah. Which I'm not saying that's, ongoing game award is an online multiplayer, but you look at it a lot of times and it is, it's Destiny 2, it's Diablo 4, which are these games that people are playing over and over again with the online communities
Destiny
and stuff.
2, you have to buy the DLCs.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kim, we all cut you off and I apologize.
No, it's all good. Well, you guys got me kind of thinking because I was like, well, I wouldn't be opposed to that category, but it would need like a rework in that naming. But then you guys mentioned the ongoing, and I was like, well, shit, that kind of really describes what you just said, though. Like, because I was like, well, it would need some kind of thing that says like, oh, it's building on another game. I'm like, dude, that's what ongoing means. So,
yeah.
like, yeah, I think that they should just be in there then. They don't need to be in Game of the Year, right? Because they aren't the game itself. I could see the ongoing part being worthy of being, like, they could be in that category. It's okay for them to exist in this year's awards for that reason. You see what I mean? Just not Game of the Year. I can see
100%.
that.
100%. But I think what Mike and I kind of talked about on a previous episode here, is that, and this is what we were kind of talking about with Dex when we pulled him in. is that if a DLC, even if it is a DLC, and there's no arguing that Shadow of the Erd Tree is a DLC, you need to own Elden Ring to play it, and like Brett mentioned earlier, you have to get to a certain point in the story to even go into it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I'm trying to think like there's games where there's DLC that you get, but then you can just go to that directly.
The
from...
Last of Us, because like
okay, yeah,
you can just play. Fuck, I can't remember the name. Left Behind. Yeah,
Left
you can
Behind.
just you can just play it. It does tell you, hey, you should play the game before you play it, but you don't have to. You can be like, nah, I just want to play as Ellie.
But like, you know, Erd Tree, that's not like that. You have to get to a certain point in the story itself, and then you can access this area, which is completely, you know, by itself. But I kind of the thing that I think Mike and I almost like mentioned was if that 40-hour chunk of DLC is better than anything else that came out in the year, should that not be eligible for Game of the Year? When it is, you do need to own a game. You do need to, no arguing that you need to get to a certain point in Elden Ring, the base thing. But if your enjoyment of Shadow of the Erd Tree eclipses your enjoyment of anything else, should that not be eligible for the best thing of the year in gaming, which is, you know, Game of the Year?
I mean, maybe like for your personal ranking, but I think
exactly.
Like
well, yeah, I mean personal rank, but you know, like I'm personal ranking. My personal ranking, one of my fucking top 5 games is a goddamn mod for Fallout 4. You know, and that's not going to be on here. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But like Shadow of the Erd Tree came out to like, you know, unanimously almost perfect reviews fucking everywhere. Which, to be fair, it's built upon Elden Ring, which also came out, and won Game of the Year, which we talked about, you know. Yeah. But if it is that much better than almost anything else, like, are you almost punishing it because they didn't just say, oh, then we're just going to make this kind of a $40.
But it's not a punishment. Game. Elden Ring literally already won Game of the Year.
Elden Ring did, yeah. Shadow of the Erd Tree didn't.
This. What?
Shadow of the Erd Tree didn't. Elden Ring, the base game, did.
But yeah, Shadow of the Erd Tree. Shadow of the Erd Tree is a part of Elden Ring. It can't exist without Elden Ring.
Yeah.
If it was to be a standalone thing, a lot of what that game and how it's based around would change. I think a lot of that, the way that game is designed, would be changed.
Do you think so?
Because if you're going to create something to be a standalone thing, if you're designing a game to be specifically a part of your previous entry, it's a continuation of the game you already made. I think that changes a lot of the way you direct
Toby. I'm sorry, Toby.
Well, yeah, because now the experience is like Elden Ring plus Erd Tree. That's Elden Ring overall
and that's
experience.
how people are probably conceiving it.
Because like Kingdom Hearts, I wouldn't say Final Mix is somehow. It's an additional part of that experience. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
but
not,
Final
it's not
Mix is kind of an overall of the Kingdom Hearts thing with the added like bosses and stuff. That would be like a remaster thing.
It adds story and all this other stuff. So
does it add 40 hours?
It does. So it's all just based on quantity. So if I just put 40 hours into a DLC, therefore it's then for
is that 40 hours of DLC better than other full games that came out this year?
But that's such a subjective thing.
It is 100%. And that's what the fucking Game Awards are, you know.
I think in terms of Dragon Age deserves to be here more than the DLC.
I mean, yeah, we can. Yep. That's a whole thing, but.
I think the games that are Elden Ring was able to get its flowers. I think this DLC should be able to get its flowers, but I think the games who have their debut releases this year, this is their chance to shine, should have that same opportunity that Elden Ring had. I don't think a game should be able to, therefore, just because it's releasing content as part of its own game constantly, it should be able to beat out any other game for years to come.
Oh, Toby's back.
I don't think that's the way that Game Year should work. I think it should be the games that were originally released that year should be what is the best that year.
Yeah, I agree, Dex.
Yeah, like
I mean, like, how many times are we? Oh, sorry, you go.
No,
go.
I was gonna say I get what you're saying. I just can't get past the idea that I have to play Elden Ring to play it. Where like I haven't played Dragon Age, but I could buy it and play it where if I bought Erdtree, I couldn't.
Plus,
go ahead, Brett.
we got to tell these Souls sickos, enough's enough, okay?
Exactly.
Enough. You've won so many Game of the Years already.
Enough's enough.
They won 2, Brett. We went over
fault
this.
them for being a god tier game developer. Okay, I can't fault FromSoft for making nothing but banger after fucking banger.
Maybe we should vote it for Game of the Year because when Sony buys whoever, the owner of From Software,
isn't it Bandai Namco?
And they make them exclusive.
No, Bandai Namco.
Oh, actually, no.
They're the publisher, right?
They published it. Yeah.
They published it. Yeah.
It's the parent company of From Software, which I forget the name.
If you parallel this to like other types of award shows, we see like, you know, Taylor Swift winning like Artist of the Year over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, usually they have like Best New Artist. So maybe don't take away from games that are continuations or whatever. They can be Game of the Year if they were that great, but maybe add the category like Best New Game.
Well, I mean, you got Best Debut
Indie.
Kim?
Well, so yeah, there's like also the best debuts and stuff like that. But I'm kind of just thinking about what Vapor is saying in chat, like director's cut and theatrical cuts of movies that come out like later.
Mm-hmm.
Would they be able to be up for awards? You know, for like movie awards.
I feel like all these games that are literally the exact same game, the exact same story, that might be a remake, that might be a director's cut, those games absolutely should not get a chance again. Like, if they didn't originally come out that year, I feel like I feel like everybody here would agree.
Well, I mean, yeah, if Shadow of the Erdtree didn't come out this year, definitely wouldn't be.
Not a DVD, but like that would almost be like when there was DVDs, when they would add extra content, you know, in DVDs. So
now it's on Blu-ray, so the Blu-ray now is better.
Blu-rays go hard. I love them.
Every time they release a new edition of Skyrim, like, should it go on there? They're like, oh, this one's got this things. This time's got this. Like,
hey Alexa, pick up all the cheese.
I don't know. I just feel like a 2-year-old game, just because it has new content as part of it, shouldn't equal that it should be in the running for Game of the Year 2 years later.
Yeah, well, as a great example would be what Cyberpunk dropped their DLC last year, right? That was when it came out. But it was, and it was supposedly phenomenal. I haven't played it.
It was.
But it didn't get nominated. It got put on best ongoing game or something. Like it got put on.
I think it won for best ongoing. I think.
Yeah. Like but like they put that DLC there, as opposed to nominating it for like potentially like a game of the year.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it was even considered, if anything, because like I don't know how long the DLC was, but you know obviously they've never put a DLC into like a Game of the Year contender until Erdtree. But like there's been DLCs that give you just as many hours of content as Erdtree. I mean I can't really necessarily think of many off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's at least some content out there that like Cyberpunk's.
Well, like
Phantom Liberty.
Google said 20 hours just for the main stuff in Phantom Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like the fuck.
Like shipping Isles from Oblivion is basically the same amount of length as the base game.
Good.
But it's like it's so great. I love it. It's one of my favorite DLCs of all time. I wouldn't want it to say that came out the year after. I wouldn't want it to be in the running for what would be the best game that year, because it's additional content for a game that's already released. It's not a new game. It's not its debut release as a new game. I think games released in their specific year should have the chance to be what is recognized for Game of the Year.
I mean, that and the horse armor, like, what a combo.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we're wrapping up here in momentarily, Lisa. Don't worry about it. So there's one other category that everybody voted they wanted to talk about. Not everybody voted that we wanted to talk about Game of the Year, but everybody did vote on most anticipated game.
Well,
yeah.
I see one top right corner.
GTA.
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 Hold your horses.
Monster
Hold your
Hunter.
horses.
What are you
Your
gonna
horse
fucking
armor.
say there, Taste
Metroid
Man?
Prime. I'm calling
Yes, Metroid
Yeah.
Prime.
I knew
Metroid
it.
Prime
I knew
4.
it. I knew it.
Take a look at the list of best games of all time. Metroid Prime 1 is like number 5 or something.
Is it?
So we're gonna. It's up there.
Is
It's up
it?
there.
I mean, I just fucking watched IGN's top 100 PlayStation games ever, and that was a shit show. So
this is like Metacritic. This is Metacritic. So it's an amalgamation of everything. So
That was crazy.
we're
to
getting,
even
we're getting a
read.
sequel to Metroid Prime 4 or to Metroid Prime 1.
yeah, but do you really think it's coming out next year?
I don't know. Nintendo's weird, bruh.
Same with GTA 6.
They sat on Metroid
GTA
Prime
6
1.
is not coming out next year.
Fuck no, dude. But I can tell you when GTA 6 does come out, I will not be going into work that day. Or the day
That
after.
week,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I'll need a
I'm
day
sending my
before the
boss
game even comes out to prep.
Manifesto.
The economy is going to crash because no one's going to work for a week.
Dude, that's what's gonna be crazy about it. Like,
They're like, oh, it's a second surge of illness. What's happening?
COVID.
No, but-
this is COVID 2. Just
Like,
don't look into
Grand
it.
Theft. It's Grand Theft antibodies.
Grand Theft COVID.
exactly. Like,
With-
GTA lockdowns.
But yeah, with Metroid, I easily could see it coming out next year because it could be a Switch to 1 combo game.
That's the only thing that I would think that if it's coming out next year, it's a Switch 2 launch title.
it has to be, right? Because like they
I
did
could-
that with Breath of the Wild.
I could still see it being like a what was it, Breath of the Wild situation where it's
Yeah.
on both, but yeah.
Well, no,
definitely
yeah,
see
that's
it.
that's. I mean, that's what Brett said. Like, it'll be on both, but I think when Prime 4 comes out, it's going to be a Switch 2 launch title.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's been in development for so long. It kind of has to be at this
I
point.
mean,
They had to
Duke Nukem
restart.
Forever was
They
in development
restarted.
forever,
Like,
and it sucked.
which is crazy, right? They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna start from fucking scratch. Like, okay.
No, I love how they had like the stones to do that. You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
I completely agree.
I think if you don't feel confident in the way your game direction is going, I think it's better to start over than to keep trying to force something that you feel is not working.
100%. Because if they release it and what they probably were working on before, it was probably gonna suck. Like, in all honesty, if they're thinking it's gonna suck, it's definitely gonna suck.
Yeah.
GTA.
Only thing is, I
played
don't think I'll buy a Switch
GTA.
2 just for it.
You're not going to buy a Switch 2 just for Metroid, Kim?
No, not unless they come out with
For me, I think for mine is Ghost of Yotei. I loved Ghost of Tsushima a lot. I planned the shit.
But there's
out
a
of that game.
lady.
I
Dex.
know. I'm sorry.
Dex, it's a
I know,
lady.
I'm sorry. I got the woke mind virus, so I'm sorry.
Oh,
but,
ugh. It's COVID too.
Yeah, I think Ghost of Tsushima was one of my favorite PS4 games ever, and I just want to exist in more of what that team's gonna create.
Yeah.
within that
Beautiful
world.
game.
I do think it's gonna be great. Same with Death Stranding too. I think it's gonna be fucking deadly.
Is there anything else? Is there anything on this list that they're not on this list that y'all are anticipating that should be coming out next year?
Oh,
What's more?
That new Gears of War game.
Yeah, E-Day.
Ooh, E-Day, yeah, okay.
E-Day.
That's gonna go
God, that should be on
crazy,
there.
bro.
Yeah.
Korea.
Oh, don't do that.
Ah,
Don't bring that up.
Bro, I cried, bro. I cried
Don't
at
bring
the part.
that up.
First time I shed
I'm
a
looking
tear in a
forward to
game.
South of Midnight. That looks
Yeah,
cool.
that.
Ooh, okay, yeah, another
I'm
Xbox one that
excited
I
for that.
forgot
Yeah.
about. Death Stranding 2 Red Bull Edition. All right. Ooh, yeah, Claw with Fable. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Fable as well.
I honestly,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think Fable
Lost-
comes out next year, but
I lost
Oh, yeah.
excitement about that game.
because they announced it 28 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one
Fair.
of those things. It like Fable is like GTA. I'm not gonna believe it's out until it's like in my hands. You know what I
Fair,
mean?
fair.
Holding it in your
Yeah, like until I'm
little-
physically holding a cellophane
You-
sealed game.
And even then, you're kind of like,
Even then, you're like, this is probably just a
in there,
code.
or am I gonna- it's like I swear to God, fucking, I opened that PlayStation game and they have like some bullshit ass like WWE 2. I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. Like I got
oh,
bamboozled.
Vapor brought up Avowed. I'm also looking forward to Avowed.
Ooh,
Yeah,
about
Val.
yes, yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that's not on here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's coming out early next year.
yeah. We have a date for it and everything, and like we don't have a date for well, I think the only one that we don't have a date for GTA 6 or Metroid Prime 4.
Or Yotei.
Is there
Well,
not a date for you? Maybe I'm
so.
misremembering.
I don't even think there's a date for Death Stranding, is there?
No, okay. For
Okay.
some reason, I thought
Yeah.
maybe there was like a hey, you know,
Wilds is
choose-
the-
Outside of Wilds, that's
Yeah, Wilds is what, end of February?
yeah.
February 31st.
Yeah.
Mike, what's your most anticipated game?
I mean,
Armored Core
Grand
7?
Theft Auto. Yes, exactly. Whatever the mystery Armored Core project that FromSoft is going to be teasing. No, honestly, Grand Theft Auto. What?
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. I saw something else after.
I don't know. Go ahead. I got nothing. I'm coasting on fumes.
Metal Gear Solid Delta. Really excited about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought of an announcement I would be excited about as well.
Yeah.
Which is Control 2. If they announce Control 2 or show anything from that, I would be
I don't know if they
That
will
would
with the
it's too
multiplayer.
soon, but it would be cool.
Yeah. Sarah, what's your
Remedy's
most
close.
anticipated game for 2027?
Ooh. 2027?
Yes, Fortnite 2.
Fortnite Season 25.
The Sims 5.
Oh shit.
Online.
You're
Okay,
never gonna make
okay.
another Sims.
No, they won't. They really won't. But
It's sad.
yeah. I know that there's a bunch of mods out right now that are testing. I will go on a whole thing about the Sims. We just
All right, Mike,
Welcome
make
to
a
the
note.
Simscast.
We'll have a future Sims episode with Sarah on.
Okay.
Okay. She's going to bring all the topics and everything. Cause
Simming with
I will.
Sarah.
there we go. We even got a name. Put that down. Mike, write that down.
top 15
Write that down, write
mods
that
for realistic gameplay.
Charisma left. Charisma died.
You got.
Oh, wait.
Stream.
The
Area.
Canada, you've got, you have to go into the army when you turn 18, right? Is that where he went?
He's not tall enough.
Oh,
Yeah, it didn't meet the high requirement.
He hasn't beat the higher requirements.
fair enough.
Ooh,
All right.
Super Gamer
Yeah.
said the Max Payne remake too.
Yes, the Max Payne remake. Yeah. Yep.
I wanna
Minecraft
also-
2 from Claw. Yeah, so, last one here. Just not even a category. Just what was your personal game of the year this year? Overall, something that came out this year that you loved. I know we kind of talked about quite a few of them already with horror games. A Metaphor, easy for me.
Still Wakes the Deep. Still for me.
Still Wakes the Deep. Kim.
For me, it's Rebirth. Like, I grew
Okay.
up playing the original 7 remake. I love the shit out of, even though people have issues with the
Yeah.
direction they're going. I love not knowing what's going on. I love experiencing a new narrative in this world.
Mhm.
And even though I can understand people's issues with Rebirth, I think overall it's still continuing that really intriguing and cool story.
I think it's Astrobot for me. I just think that's the most like video game experience you can have. It's like
Fair,
a joy to
fair.
play from front to back.
Fair.
I'd probably say Warhammer. Honestly, that game just took me into,
Ooh.
gave me the Gears of War vibes
Nice.
I can see
from
it,
back in the
yeah.
day, and then I just
100%.
fully dove into all of it. So that would be
Nice. That's cool.
mine.
I'm kind of in the Helldivers 2 front right now. That's where
Yeah,
I'm feeling.
same.
Yeah.
Same here.
Thinking about
awesome.
democracy.
Yeah.
Mhm. Always. Constantly.
Always.
We have concepts of that here.
We've seen the word. We don't know what it means.
Brett.
I think right now it's Astrobot. Because that's like I've actually finished that, and it was such a joy to play from start to finish. But man, indie is like climbing up there.
Ooh,
It
okay.
really
I want to
is
get.
for
I
me.
wanna
Really
get
liking
back
that
to
one?
More indie.
I'm a massive fan of like that franchise though, so that
Mm-hmm.
definitely like colors it for sure. But the game design is just crazy good for me. I'm just really hooked.
Yeah.
Doing everything.
I need to get further into that one.
I don't know if
excited
anybody
to do it
saw the YouTube thing that I posted yesterday. There was just 3 minutes of me throwing shit at a dead fascist's head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I knocked one out, and then he was just kind of laying there, and then I just picked up a glass bottle, and I was like, "Oh, what happens if I throw this at his head?" Bunk, and then it was just 15 straight picking up bottles and other shit and just throwing it at his dumb fucking head. It's great.
Knocking them all out and then dumping all their bodies in like one corner.
Yeah.
The only moral way to handle that situation.
Exactly.
So yeah, Braden, your personal game of 2024.
And I'm imagining these are games that have come out this year.
Yeah, we covered that already, but you left to join the army, and then you were kicked out for being too short.
I just had to do 40 push-ups.
Yeah. So
they're like, you're too short. Just get down and give us 40.
Do a couple push-ups. We're gonna laugh, with chuckle, and then fuck off.
They said I was gonna be one of those like tunnel rats like in Vietnam.
Yeah.
But my personal game of the year, it's either Astrobot or the Dead Rising remake.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
I'm a big fan of the Dead Rising franchise. I do really like it. I really hope that this does well, that they do the sequel, because the sequel is like one of my favorite games. But I've enjoyed those. But Astrobot is definitely just super adorable, and I just love all the nods to like all the Sony franchises. Like, you know, like everyone's already talked about with that game. It's just phenomenal. So
yeah. Lisa, Sarah, I mean, if it's Fortnite, there's a new season.
Yeah.
Dude, Fortnite, yeah, it's a great pick.
It's a great time.
Fortnite.
Oh my gosh, wait, if we're talking about add-ons, then I am gonna say The Sims. Life and
Fair enough.
Death, all of their expansions, the game packs. But for real, my actual answer is with Kim on
Still Wakes the Deep.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait for it.
I think for me, there was a game that I really enjoyed, and I wish I could have played more. But I'm a huge Slay the Spire fan, and a game came out this year called Hell Card, which was like a multiplayer Slay the Spire.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked that.
As opposed to a solo player, Slay the Spire.
Opposed to a solo player game like Slay the Spire. Yeah, Hell Card was really fun.
Hell Card. Okay, yeah, I haven't even heard of that one, honestly.
Really fun.
Oh,
but I also loved like all the little games that came out that we played with friends, like Lethal Company and Content Morning, Ghost Janitors. All those were so fun.
Ghost Janitors.
So if you like Slay the Spire, you should try playing Balatro. Like you will probably.
I do
enjoy
have it.
I think you'll like it.
I've just
you'll
been
like
playing
it
a lot
if
of
you
Fortnite.
like Slay the Spire.
Dude, it's so hard not to, man.
It's hard not to play Fortnite.
So fucking
Who's got the time?
Lisa's got to play Balatro, and then it's going to be like 5 in the morning. She's going to post in Discord and be like, guys.
I did.
You heard of Balatro? It's really fun.
I already know when I'm going to be addicted to a game, and I know I will be addicted to that game. As well, I own it, so it's there. I just I need the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel that. I had to be stuck on a plane.
I need the time. And
you're going to be on a plane here momentarily. So, because we are all headed, besides Mike, to the Game Awards in Los Angeles at the Peacock Theater. I mean, we're doing this live tonight, but this also will be going up on Thursday morning, the night or the day of the Game Awards. So I will see fucking all of you in real life after.
Isn't that crazy?
It's fucking nuts. I'm going to go find, before I leave, I'm going to find Mike. I'm going to give him a big old kiss on the lips. I'm going to bring it to everybody else. So, but everybody, there was a lot of shit going on. We had a lot of people here. I think this was a complete success. So
There not a lot of issues. Once the show started. Flawless.
Once Sarah decided that she wanted to be here, then let's go around real quick. Once again, plug your socials and everything, and then we will get out of here. So we'll start with Dakota.
All right. Yep. Cannabis Dakota. Twitch.tv/Cannabis Dakota. Yeah, and then Dakota No Cap on like Insta and Twitter.
Oh yeah, Toby.
Floby with 3 Ys on Twitch, and I think some number of Ys on everything else. I don't know. It changes with each one.
On your Twitch?
Just test each one until you find them.
It's all on my Twitch. If you go there, you'll find everything.
Yeah.
It gets confusing after a while. I don't know.
Brett.
Yeah, I'm Jim Tasty everywhere. I will be buying GTA 6 3 times, just like GTA 5. And happy 15 years to Angry Birds, bro. 15 years.
Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Shout out Angry Birds.
You will find a way to shoehorn an anniversary in that.
Bro, Angry Birds was like the game back in the day, dude. Don't
Man, you're making me
Birds.
feel old.
Back in the day.
God.
Don't hate on the birds.
God, I'm so old.
Well, they brought back what was it, Flappy Bird recently? I'm pretty
No,
sure.
they fucking didn't.
Yeah.
They're making NFTs.
Fuck that game.
God. All right, Madeline. Now that we're all angry at Dex for bringing up Flappy Bird,
We are all angry birds now. I'm Matt Exposure. You can find me at twitch.tv/MattExposure and Matt Exposure everywhere. Playing all sorts of fun games. So
this is the kind of funny up and comer, Madeline Stanley.
Yep.
Who is following the next kind of funny up and comer, Jim Tasty. So, Lisa?
I'm Biggest Girl on Fire on every platform. Yeah.
I mean, that's a lie. You're not on fire. So.
Good night. Respect.
During the summer, she is.
You were in Vegas. You know what? That's fair. I take that back.
I'm on fire right now.
Yeah.
My name is Charisma, twitch.tv/Charisma, or most platforms it's at @bcharisma because there's one person that has @Charisma. And I know.
We should
Dude, I tried to DM them and they never got back to me. They also don't speak English, so it does not help.
I'll give it back for.
We're just gonna write some out. We're just gonna put it in every link which you can find on Google Translate.
Yeah, Brett, I swear to God, if you had it, dude.
10 million, man.
It's been Brett this whole time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much everywhere. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you, everybody. All right, Kim is streaming right now, so if you don't know who she is and you're watching her stream, it's weird, but I get it.
Man, but whatever.
Yeah, so my name is Kimsters, KIMSTERRZ, and that's my name everywhere. On Twitch, on Blue Sky, on Twitter, on Instagram. If I'm
Friendster?
forgetting anything else, you check out my link tree.
Never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I like to play horror games, especially indie horror games. I know I've been yapping this whole night about scary games. It's just my shit. So if you like that,
it's
or
perfect.
if you ever want to get into a scary mood, check me out.
Yeah.
All year long.
We'll go to Dex.
Dex again. You all know me. But Baron Dex everywhere. Twitch.tv/BaronDex. I play lots of different stuff. Come hang out. We have fun.
Mm-hmm. Great streamer.
Hox
great
is a mod.
Means I'll ban everybody.
What about me?
Also, Madeline is also a mod.
Sarah?
I'm Sarah. Just Sarah. Just friends IRL.
Perfect. Mike?
Nerding for beginners across all platforms except Blue Sky, where it has to be NFP official. So that was fun. But yeah, streaming once a week, co-hosting this podcast with the one and only Robert. Hey, look at him! Look at him go, folks.
I'm Robert. I'm new. Mr. Hawks.
Pointing the wrong way.
I stream occasionally. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll stream something. But
yeah, we'll get around to it.
Yeah, I'll get around to it. Anyway, thank you everybody. Thank you all for giving me fucking 3.5 goddamn hours of your time. I appreciate it. Like I said, I had a blast tonight, and I appreciate all of you. And I will see all of you in LA in a couple days. Thursday at the Game Awards, and we all have a list of shit that we have to yell at Jeff Keighley.
Bright and early for some of us.
Fuck yeah, bright and early. Why did I get a
so
slight-
early? So early.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Bye. I'm gonna hit the outro music and the outro video. I don't even know if the outro music is gonna play on the stream. I don't think it will, but
who knows?
You know, yeah. We'll be back next week with a new episode with, I mean, at least Mike and I, maybe a couple other people. We'll do something. We'll be here.
Figure something out.
Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe they won't find anybody. Just the fact again.
Bye, everybody.
I want to badger you for 2 hours.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
Bye-bye.